We're live? Hey!
Hey!
Hi, folks! Welcome to episode 30 of the massive Nyarlathotep campaign here at Immortals, Inc. in Rocky River, Ohio, on the west side of Cleveland. This last week was Thanksgiving, so we now are in the midst of the mad Christmas buying season. So, hey, stop in at Immortals if you need your gaming supplies, right? We got to give that pitch. They host us.
It's a good pitch, though.
I'm John, and let me have everybody introduce themselves before we get started.
I'm Diana. I play Trinidad Rizzo. I'm a dilettante.
I'm Hugh. I play Roland Kurtz, physicist.
I'm Mel. I play L. Montgomery, a criminal.
And my name's Richard McGuire, and I play a hobo named Samus.
All right, to recap, let's have everybody give me a d6 roll and see what you guys to tell us about last time.
2.
I got 3. Saved by the
All
hero.
right.
Is me.
Tell us about it, Hugh.
All right. I think for the most part, we arrived in Egypt with a small hiatus to Port Said to get some supplies and to drop off some other supplies. We made some arrangements with a sort of what seemed to be a crook, and we did sort of name drop an Omar Sharif's name to make sure our stuff wouldn't be taken, and we don't know the consequences of
I
that
have
just
Omar Al-Shakti.
Yeah, what did I say?
Omar Sharif.
My
Oh,
mom
Omar
was an actor.
He was an actor.
My mom loved
yeah.
him.
And yeah, we don't know the consequences of that just yet. Finally made our way to Cairo.
Consequences.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah.
Nothing.
We made our way to Cairo for a little bit of a culture shock, but eventually we got our way out of the train station to find some kind of swank hotel.
Remember the name of that swank hotel?
Shepherd. The
Good
Shepherd
one.
Hotel.
Yeah.
I think I wrote that down. There was one note I
The
did
one
say.
note I took. I wrote down shepherd, but had no idea why. I'm like, did we meet a shepherd?
We decided that we needed a guide, so a young boy by the name of Mahmoud
Mm-hmm.
is hanging out with us. He's like an 11-year-old kid, but he seems to know the streets pretty well. And we made our way from there to try to find one of a few leads. And that first lead is a dude by the name of Najjar, only to find out that his building some years ago had been burned down, and that's kind of where we ended.
We did, one thing to add to that was we did find out that he has a new business. Right?
Yes.
And that was kind of where we were going to
And
check out the
Najjar-
new business after
And
that.
Najjar was hurt in the fire.
Yes,
Right. And that first shop had been on the Street of Jackals.
That's right.
correct. In
And
the old quarter.
it's, I have here Sharia Al Muiz, so something street.
Yeah, he's
Al
opened up.
Muiz Street.
Yeah.
Sharia.
Al Muiz is the
Al
name of the
Muiz.
street.
I have that too.
It's a marketplace.
Okay.
The marketplace is Khan El Khalili. So Khan, like Khan
I have it.
El Khalili
Khalili, yeah.
is the name of the
Is this-
marketplace.
Is
which
this
off
also
of-
in the old city?
It is also in the old city.
Okay.
Is there any new part of the city?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's south. The
We've got the map if you want to pull it out.
Yeah, but that map doesn't like say old city.
No, that's
and
true.
anything.
It
It's
does not.
just like a map of Cairo.
But I was watching something on the pyramids the other day, and they were talking about the old quarter, and I'm like, oh, so it's the same. Nice. I know exactly what they're talking about.
Like you've been there.
I've been there.
Mel's life is too close to this.
I told you I pulled out the one thing from Cairo. It's my birthday.
That's awesome.
Have your origami book yet?
I did get my origami book, and I was
Half-price
making
books?
I was making dragons. No,
Awesome.
I ended up getting it from Amazon, of course, and had it like in 6 hours. I mean, I couldn't drive to the store faster than that.
It's unreal.
It is. I half expected the drone.
So
I think it was Mahmood that told us that.
I think Mahmood had asked around.
Yeah.
Mahmood had asked about the store, and a fire demon in the March of 1919 was at fault.
That's right.
Bonus point.
Very well played.
All
Other
right.
than that, I think you guys did discuss what leads you had previously. That was a big
Yep.
part of last session.
Yep.
And there was a fair bit of discussion, hopefully of an inventory, where you kind of broke down explicitly which things you were leaving in the trunk in the warehouse and which things you were
We did
taking with you.
kind of talk
Yeah,
about
we have our
that.
spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Our spreadsheet itemized. with each,
Dated, itemized, and inventoried, yes.
Yeah. And does somebody have the date? Because I have a date here, but I'm not sure it's correct.
June 1st.
June 1st,
Then
yeah.
mine is not correct. All right.
All I know is the full moon is this weekend.
But we don't know if the rituals here happen on a full
Right.
moon, because that was only in New York.
I would imagine it's kind of a...
Oh, there we go. Next full
Yeah.
moon is June 6th.
No, so according to my wife,
According to my notes.
it would be
Stop
always the
fighting.
full moon.
Except for one thing, you are right. The full moon is important.
Actually,
regardless
it's
of
the
when
new
rituals happen.
moon.
well, in London it was a
If
full
you really-
moon.
If you really
But
want to
the
be,
full moon is also important for the date that the ritual has to happen for us to seal or whatever. That ritual has to happen on the full moon,
The day before, or whatever.
the night of or whatever. At midnight, the night of the full moon.
The new moon is when their ritual happens.
We don't know that.
Well, that was the
I think it-
ritual in
In
England.
yeah.
So that wasn't also New York.
Nope, I don't
It's
think
just going to
I don't
correspond
think
with moon cycles, depending on what ritual they have on
that's
it.
what I thought too, but I don't think we came to that conclusion. I think Declan tried to figure that out, and I don't think he came up with a complete conclusive
So,
answer.
so you're an astrophysicist.
I am an astrophysicist,
So
so this
Is there
guy
gonna
might actually
be-
be able to figure that out.
is there going to be an eclipse that overlaps one of these zones?
right.
Right.
Actually,
Did the pyramids
I am
of
not.
Giza line up with the constellations at that specific full moon?
That's an interesting question. I think the more that Roland Kurtz is.
Since you mentioned it,
Mhm.
there is a solar eclipse on July 20th of 1925.
That's when the world ends.
No, that's
mark
the Mayan calendar.
Just mark your date.
The greatest point of the eclipse happens in the South Pacific.
There you go. Maybe that's the location where the Kraken, Nyarlathotep.
Where the nuclear bomb went off.
More likely, going to get into Cthulhu mythos. It might be closer to Aurelia.
Cool.
There is another one in the South Pacific in January of 1926,
Where's that one at?
also in the South Pacific.
Two in one place. That's
Well-
ominous.
It's closer. I shouldn't say South Pacific. It's really the Indian Ocean, the 1926 one. So January 14th, 1926 is Indian Ocean, and July 20th, 1925 is South Pacific. And that's pretty much
July 20th is also 1926?
July 20th, 1925.
25.
So a couple of months away.
Okay.
Pretty much due south of Hawaii.
Both full moons.
Both solar eclipses.
Solar eclipses.
Bigger deal than a full moon.
And those are gonna happen. We're not to that point yet.
Well,
South Pacific.
it's currently
We're not even there.
around June 2nd or thereabouts.
Mm-hmm.
So we have about a month and a half to live.
25.
Yeah, we have that's our time, which is impossible because it's going to take us like from Egypt to Australia, it's going to take us 20 days.
What's the date currently? What did you just say?
June 1st.
June 1st. We're June 1st.
What day of the week is that?
It is Monday.
So, so that's right. So we left off kind of midday after you guys had been hunting for stores.
My day at the museum.
Yep.
I'm just lounging around.
You bailed on them to go to the museum?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Was there anything specific you were looking for in the museum? Or were you trying very hard not to look for anything specific at the
Well,
museum?
no, I was just going to look. You see, the easiest way to find something is to look.
Okay.
So deep.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So deep.
You know, let's pick up with you.
It's like a Jack
In
Hanna
fact.
quote.
Because there is something that I think is relevant to Samus.
I might have to put
at
that
the
on
museum.
Facebook. That's pretty deep. I might have to put that on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I heard this Zen saying today.
Yeah.
Not surprisingly, the Egyptian Museum does have a vast store of hieroglyphic sculptures and a lot of papyrus.
So my hieroglyphic knowledge might help.
You do?
That's what I did on the boat coming over.
You were studying hieroglyphics? Okay, that's right. Yeah. You absolutely can do that.
So my coloring books are even better than they used to be now.
You learned Arabic, right?
Nope, I don't know that.
I did. That's what I was learning.
You knew it. You
I
were
don't-
just
I don't
touching-
knew it, I
You were
just
just touching
touched
up
up.
on it.
I try to avoid as much interaction with the NPCs as possible, and now I can just say I can't understand.
Homer's last name.
El Shakti. Actually, I'll wait until this coffee is done because I don't think mint and coffee really go well together.
While you're at the
I
museum,
have
a cat starts following you around.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that, Diana?
Oh, maybe it's that.
It is an Egyptian hairless cat.
Oh
Nice.
yeah.
That's
Does it look
Does it have a
familiar?
sweater on?
Yeah,
It does. It does bear a very striking resemblance.
Oh my goodness.
It's the reincarnation of what's his face.
Yeah.
Mustafa.
Mustafa. It's
cat.
Mustafa's cat. We found his cat. You did.
It was just
You
familiar.
never find anything unless you look.
That's right.
He smells you. He recognizes your scent.
Yeah, I have
My
a
long lost friend. Where's my daddy?
distinctive smell.
Oh, God. Do you ask the cat any questions?
I don't know cat.
You can ask it questions.
I didn't take that on the boat ride over here.
You
but-
just start, it's just natural curiosity. Hey, cat, why you following me?
It might know English.
It might
The
know
cat
English.
comes up to you and it's following you around very closely, and it kind of meow at you.
So I'll try to pick it up.
It lets you pick it up.
Okay, so I guess I'll take it back to the hotel eventually.
Okay.
That cat. Little kitty.
How long are you going to carry it around the whole time you're in the museum, or are you?
Well,
gonna
if
head back to the
somebody
hotel soon?
questions me about the cat, I'll leave if I understand what they're saying.
No one does.
Okay.
In fact, you get a few smiles that you're holding the cat.
It's a hairless rat.
It's a hairless rat. It's Mustafa's cat.
They're hypoallergenic.
They're cute cats, okay?
They are cute.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
All right. So yeah,
Are they off to their second part of their journey?
I think they may be. You're checking out the museum, though.
Yeah.
So the two of you, or the three of you, plus Mahmood. Mahmood's like, well, should we go on then?
I would ask Mahmood how far the marketplace is.
Well, it's probably a bit of a hike from here, but you can certainly proceed if you wish. Or that could be a challenge for another day. After all, you do pay me by the day.
We disguised ourselves as French people, didn't we?
No, I think we just sort of like try to blend in. I mean,
Now we're not in France anymore, so we're not
England.
gonna blend in at all.
I think we bought
In,
clothes, didn't we? I think we bought
we did
clothes in.
because
yeah.
it's about 100 degrees right now. So
And
we're
we
not,
wanted to
It's
make sure
like
that, yeah, okay.
607.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
so we
not-
did do that.
we are wearing like what would be comfortable.
Linens and
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, and even with that, you're still it's 106. You're sweating like mad. It's dry heat. After a certain point, that doesn't matter.
What were we looking for?
Why have Bassart down here? Is it Frenchman
In
and
the corner,
Taro?
we were looking for
That's
the
right.
store. What was in the store?
The store was burnt down.
But it
Bassart
was
is
full of artifacts and
You were
Associated
Yeah.
looking
It was like
for
It was the
I
place.
think we
The
were
owner.
talking about maybe trying to go see him.
the jar.
The,
He's
the
on the
owner
list
sent
And
Ross
then
and
an
the
artifact
is
to
the
New
Dr.
York.
Five,
That's right.
like 6 years
who's
ago.
an archaeologist.
That's right. He's
So
working
those
with
are
the Penny Foundation.
So
Those
you're
are two
trying
that
to
we
find
wanted to
out.
Find the owner. So we'd have to go to his new place or go back and regroup for a little bit.
Now, have we seen the
We could
jar?
go back and get you.
Not yet.
Okay.
That's
We're
what
gonna
we're
throw stuff
after.
at you.
Well, at least it didn't hit the dog.
The cat.
No, it would have been a dog.
Why do we want the jar?
Because
He
he
had-
sold or gave Roger Carlyle an
It's all his
artifact.
fault.
And so we need to try to get from him any information he has about the cult.
Okay.
Their location, their activities, and because if he had a cult item, then he knows something. But
So
the fact that
we-
his building is burned down is pretty ominous.
But he's rebuilt.
He's rebuilt, so we gotta.
So we either wait for Nate's character, go back to,
The doctor.
or we go back and
Omar
get,
wasn't happy with Najar. He wanted to, because Najar took it from Omar.
That's yeah. Yeah, that's a good assumption because the letter from Omar to Gavignon was, please give me back my artifact that was taken under,
yeah.
auspicious circumstances. So if that artifact was given or sold to the Carlisle by Najar, most likely Najar stole it or sold it when he wasn't supposed to Roger. But that started Roger on his quest.
So we will need to find him, shake him down, figure out where he got the artifact from.
Yeah. Where did
What
he get the
else he
artifact?
knows.
What does he know about the cult?
So we either go back and get the hobo, because he's not with us, or the three of us go by
Well, we're
ourselves.
in the old
It's
city.
like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Well, it's probably about 12:30. The thing you, Mahmood
We're
mentions
walking,
to you,
right?
at 1 o'clock, it is the traditional lunch break and also the hottest time of the day. All the shops will close down at 1 o'clock for an hour for lunch and for people to rest so that no one need be out and about in this heat. We should perhaps,
Rest.
yes. I do not
Understood.
know if you wish to find some place to dine or if you wish to go back to the hotel to rest.
What is the old quarter like? This is like kind of like old neighborhood.
It's a
I mean, but
by,
it's still
by
like we
old.
can.
It's it's been
we can
inhabited
still
consistently for 1,500 years. Or
But we can
probably
find a
lot more than
cafe
that.
or
But yeah, you can find a
something.
cafe.
We can find anything we want.
Pretty much.
Can we
Keep in
go
mind,
in Bassart's house and rest? No.
We don't know where he's at.
I know. Just
If you knew where he was, you could try.
Who do we have?
Yeah, we don't really know anything about him. We could also ask Najar if he knows Dessart.
what about this archaeologist Clive? What was his deal?
He was a part. He is doing digs on behalf of the Penny Foundation. So, if he's here under an official capacity, we could probably find out where that dig is at from, like the British Embassy or something.
Do you
'Cause
remember
that
who was sponsoring that dig?
the Penny Foundation was
Okay,
sponsoring.
just wanted to make sure that was up front and center.
So, and if that's an official thing, then we can probably get that dig's location from the British Embassy. Because we don't know where Clive is at. We do know that some of the digs that he was on, though, have resulted in the death of a few people. I don't know if that's a normal thing either. Like if people dying on digs is typical, but I think
How do we know that?
I think it is typical. The mummy's curse and all that.
Yeah.
Reading
Through
too much of the New York Times.
dialogue, I think, or some letters from Penhew or something.
Well, the National Enquirer wasn't available yet.
I think we learned that 20 people died on 10 digs.
That sounds about right.
And that's all related to the stuff that the
This is
Penhew.
when OSHA is invented, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't unionized yet.
Child labor laws are
Right.
in development. So yeah, we don't know Clive's location, but we know he's here.
Well,
With
we
time.
could find that out.
Are you guys having this conversation in the street, or are you just, these are things you talked about previously?
Yeah, previously we're sort of refreshing ourselves from 2 weeks of not playing.
So I say let's go
Sounds
sit
good.
down in a
Yeah, so
restaurant.
Mahmood needs
if
to
this
take
is
us
what
to an
It's lunchtime and he's recommending we get off the streets.
open air cafe for some falafel.
And then we can figure out where
I
we're
think
gonna
we would
go.
be better off with a basement cafe out of the sun.
Rooftop.
See, I'm in full character because in my character we want to sunbathe because I've never been able to.
Did we ask this boy, Muhammad, did we ask him?
Mahmood.
Mahmood. About Najjar? Did we ask him to take us
Yeah.
to him?
Yeah, that's
And he knows where he is?
Yep.
How far is that?
that's the
we're-
new business that he has in a
That's-
different part of the
That we're
old
headed to, but
quarter.
we gotta go rest
yeah,
right now.
because for the next hour or so, everything in
Okay.
this in
It's just
Cairo
gonna-
closes.
Yeah. It's tea time.
It's a good time to acquire free stuff.
Yeah, that's a good point. Which means we need to keep our pockets tightly closed.
Perhaps.
I might need to procure some more weapons.
Okay. Always an option.
We need to get a flatbed train car and mount like an artillery piece on it.
Right?
Something small and
Something
easily
small
concealed.
and inconspicuous.
Fire truck.
Like a fire truck.
Yeah, filled with bombs. Well, we can always go back to the hotel and wait for shops to open back up, because that will be safe and it will be secured and will be cool and get our lunch, and then hopefully we can figure out what to do.
Yeah, they treat us well at the hotel.
Yeah, and
Let's
we
go
paid
there.
for it, so why
Yeah.
not?
All right.
Yep, let's go there.
We
Okay,
spent
so yeah, you guys are able to make it back to the hotel without incident.
But as you're sitting there,
Right?
I just wanted to check something here.
What does the Cthulhu random encounter chart look like?
are
Fire
you there
demons.
too?
It's
Are
got a
you
lot
at
of
the hotel
tentacles.
He finally got back to the hotel with
I
his
don't know.
cat.
Were you coming back to the hotel?
Eventually. I
Back
mean, I
new-
could,
were you
I could
gonna-
roll a die randomly.
No, I'm asking. Did you intend to come back at lunch?
Whenever I
you're,
got bored.
You're probably not somebody who's 3 squares a day. You're probably a little more opportunistic about when you decide to eat.
Yeah.
So you tell me what you'd have in mind.
Yeah, when you get bored.
I mean, this is
Yeah, when I get bored, I'd leave.
it's a vast museum. with
I could spend a
with-
month there.
Exactly.
So
So
I'm probably not going back then to the hotel.
okay,
If I'm not
that's
bored,
what I'm asking.
yeah.
You're not going to get bored inside this museum.
You're losing
I'm
track
assuming
of
your
time.
character has basically any interest in archaeology at all.
I have 1 point.
Yeah, so you could
You'd
literally
probably
spend
want to stay.
days in here.
Yeah.
And while the shops do close for lunch, the museum remains open. I mean, it's warm in there, but in Cairo, it's always warm in there.
All right, we're good.
They know where to find me. I told them where I was going.
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
Always look over
Where
the
would you like
envelope.
me to go while you enjoy a fine lunch with all those delicious foods.
Do you want to sit with us, Mahmoud?
I would be. You honor me deeply. I would love to join you.
Okay. You can tell us about
Where
what's
I
it
can
like
find
growing up
some
in Cairo.
weapons.
What's it like growing up in Cairo?
Oh, well, yeah. I'm sure it is far easier for those who have parents. But I have found it challenging because I have had to make my own way through the city, you see.
How did you lose your parents?
Well, I didn't lose them. I knew where they were when they were killed.
They were lost. You knew where they were when they were killed. How were they
Yes.
killed?
Well, they apparently angered the wrong people.
I see.
Yes.
Did you grow up in the old city?
Yes, that is where I have lived my life. Learning the intricacies of the different streets and doing what I can to make do.
You learned English very well.
I had good reason to. Those who are able to speak English as well are more often hired to be guides.
So on the down low, Mahmoud, where can I find some more weapons?
Oh, what kind of weapons
Weapons.
are you looking for?
Very, very big weapons.
Like a flamethrower?
Ooh.
Ooh, that sounds
You're not
fun.
satisfied with the weapons that you took from the crates?
Oh.
Okay.
I have a pistol. Right?
I thought
And
there was a Tommy gun in
Thompson.
there.
Thompson. Yeah.
The 303 was in there?
No, not the
No,
that's
303,
what
it
it
was
was,
the
the
Tommy
Browning.
gun.
Not the Browning either. I think that was, we didn't have,
Yeah.
Abandoned at the subway.
that was abandoned at the subway.
That's my favorite. Alright, I can only shoot one at a time, so I guess I'll be alright.
So do we all have guns?
No.
What else do we
Do
need?
I?
I think it was
No,
assumed
Samus explicitly did not take one.
And I did. I got.
Yeah, I think everybody got a pistol at one
Okay.
point.
What else would we need?
It's just
I-
extra
I
weight to
grabbed
slow
the
me down when I
weapon.
run away.
Yeah, I have written down here a Thompson and a Webley 32.
Okay. So you say your parents angered the wrong people. Do you know what that was about?
I believe it was about money. I do not know more than that, but I have never been in a position to ask the people who are in the know because I like breathing. It has become a habit. I do not wish to give that habit up yet.
Who are the people that are in the know? Do you know any of them? Their names?
It would not be wise for me to say their names. The walls have ears. Even in as fine a
What did
place
you-
as this.
What did your parents do for a living?
They ran a small cafe.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's sad.
Thank you, Dr. Curtis.
And how old were you?
I was well along. I was 4.
Because well along.
You've been on the street since you were 4 years old?
Yes.
By yourself? No one
No
taking
aunts?
care of you?
Yes. By myself.
No aunts, no uncles?
No.
Do you have any other parents or family?
No, I do not.
So you have friends? Where do you sleep? What do you do?
Well, I make do.
So I can kill him and there'd be no. Sorry.
This newspaper boy ain't getting away.
I know a spell that needs a sacrifice.
Right?
I have worked as a gardener for a local nobleman. In exchange for caring for his garden, he was kind enough to give me a place to sleep.
And
Who is this?
But-
you were a gardener?
Well, he passed away a few months ago.
What was his name? And you?
Al-Makin.
And when he passed, the
His
family-
daughter took over the estate and did not want the beggar boy living in the garden anymore. As she called me. I have no beggar. I have always worked for everything.
And who was he?
And this is delicious, by the way.
Should be.
Eat up.
Eat as
Eat
much
up.
as you want.
There's plenty. And he
We'll
was a
we won't see him
nobleman,
tomorrow.
you
He'll
said?
be sick.
Yes.
Right. Right.
We will be. Well, you seem like a smart boy.
I like to think so.
If I told you that we might meet dangerous people, would that prevent you from helping us?
Well, much of this city is filled with dangerous people. But risks must be taken for rewards. And you have paid generously.
And if we tell you to run, you will run?
I will do what needs to be done.
Do you ask him if he's seen any weird stuff?
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting ready to
Yeah,
say.
exactly.
Yes.
Living on the streets, have you seen or heard rumors of any weird activity? Or not like fire demon weird.
Like weird activity like illicit drugs or alcohol or
Dark.
How about
kinks.
People dying
spiritualism?
suspiciously.
A lot of spiritualism happening. It's a movement right around this era,
So the city is profoundly Muslim,
right? But still, there should be.
profoundly conservative Muslim.
Outside
So
the
the
scope
answer is
of
no.
that, then. Well, that would
But-
stick out like a sore thumb, though.
Right.
If it's
Yeah.
conservative Muslim
Yeah.
and there's something outside of that scope, like
Yeah,
that's
So
Extra
spiritualism
secret.
is a movement you may have heard of from England or
yeah,
Ireland,
or the resurgence of old
of a
faiths.
different
returning.
religion other than your conservative. What is it? Orthodox something.
Islam.
Isn't there another name for that?
Fish
No.
people? Have you
No.
seen fish people?
No, the people that live next door to me are technically
have not
Muslim. They go by
seen-
something
You're
else,
lucky.
People.
though. Orthodox.
Good for you.
Something they go by.
I have seen
You
them.
have seen fish people.
I have.
Oh God! You
Not
mentioned
here.
the fish people.
Not here.
Where did you see them?
Oh, in another
Was this
part of my
Come
life.
on
in the
out and say
market?
fish people.
No, in another part
the
of my
people
life.
that
Not
sell
here.
the fish.
Oh, well, maybe.
The people that sell the fish are the fish people.
They are a type of fish people.
Oh,
Yes.
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 Yeah. Yeah. The less we talk about the Cthulhu mythos, the better. So talking
We'll
about
talk
like,
about it in a
Should
roundabout
read
way.
this book.
Yeah,
we
we
just can't.
read this
This might
book.
be some literature.
Yeah.
Give him the Arabic book. There'll be some written genies and
Genius,
stuff.
yeah.
Well, ask them about the
So
dig,
yeah,
actually,
anything
that people have
outside
been
of
dying
the
around.
norm,
about
religious
that?
wise, is it expanding here? Is
Do you mean the cults?
Yes.
oh cults?
There are cults in the city. There are tales of people who worship the ancient gods, but this is forbidden, and no one who does this speaks about it publicly.
Have you seen any of it happen?
I do not go out on the streets after dark if I can avoid it. I try not to look for these sorts of things.
We're going out after dark.
No, we're not.
Oh,
In a city with like 1 million people?
He said, no, we're not.
In a strange city with 1 million people? No, man. That's crazy.
What more can you tell us about the cults?
I do not speak of such things. They are
who can we talk to that does
vile
speak of
people
those
that are
things?
corrupted.
Do you know people that are involved in the cults?
I certainly hope not.
You just hear of it.
Yes.
You know anybody who would know about the cults to the old gods.
Perhaps you could speak to a cleric or a priest at one of the temples. They might know more of these sorts of things.
Would they
This is
be open
not
to?
my expertise.
Would they be open? Do you know anyone who would be a priest or an imam who would be comfortable talking to foreigners about those things?
I do not know one who would talk to me of these things.
You, because you're a kid.
Perhaps. Though, I am no child.
No, it doesn't seem like you are.
Do you have a priest that you know, that you trust?
Most of the priests I have met seem to be more concerned about the size of a person's donation
I hear you on that.
No different than America.
and less concerned about those of us who cannot make one.
Take me to church. Sorry. Take me to a cleric, kid.
Is there a
So is he going to take us to the jar?
We already
Yeah.
went to.
is there a mosque
That's
that
the
caters
marketplace.
to
Yes,
foreigners?
he's going to take us there after we have the downtime while it's hot out.
Where-
I'm sure
where-
there is.
when's
I
that?
don't know of one off the top of my head.
Najar is where we went. He took us the first time and it was burned down. So now Najar has a new business,
Right.
which is in
On Jackal Street.
no. Well, that was the one that burned.
Okay.
Oh, on Sharia al Muiz.
That's right. That's the new one.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we just sort of like make small talk. Just nothing major.
Sure.
Just until like things start to sort of open back up in Cairo, and then
Can you tell us anything more about the fire demon that you say was at fault for the fire?
Well, I did not see the fire demon. I was not there when it happened. I told
That's-
you everything we found out while we were there.
people in the neighborhood said that they thought it was a fire demon. It's probably why every time they walk by that alley, they say a small prayer to that's my guess. So there's some superstition. Yeah, we don't really know if there was a fire demon there.
Mm-hmm.
But of course we know that there was a fire demon there, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. But Mahood told us that, though, right? That
Yeah,
it
he
was
said
the
that the people-
it was the cause of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what he said that the people said. So has Richard found anything cool at the museum?
If you want to see a cool cat
No pun intended.
Cool cat that can talk.
that can dig it, that kind of cool cat.
There wasn't anything specific you were looking for in the museum, was there?
Nope. I wasn't looking for a cat either,
Sure
but I
enough.
did look, you see, and I found.
He's living his philosophy and it's working.
Is there a church by the hotel or a museum?
I'm sure there are mosques. Yes, there are many mosques.
Yeah, it's near the river somewhere.
There's probably a mosque on like every other corner.
Just about, yeah.
Well, I don't want to go to just any.
She has to pick the one that points right out to her in that page. You see that? That's just
Yeah, that was pretty
Just keep it up.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm just trying to play a game.
I think this is moving by itself.
Okay, so the Egyptian Museum has a huge ochre yellow dome. It makes it kind of obvious. It was once a palace. It's open from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. And just, a vast collection of hieroglyphics, papyrus scrolls, and sculptures. And you know what? What? Just give me a die roll, Rich.
I don't need to sense trouble. It's automatic.
Give me a die roll.
A 3.
While you're poking around in there, you find a book on one of the shelves.
Oh, it's like a library too?
Well, part of it is, yeah. And the book is labeled Al-Azif.
Does that mean something to me?
You don't have any Cthulhu mythos.
I don't, so it doesn't
no.
mean anything to me.
No, it does not mean anything to you.
Then I
But
wouldn't.
why would
But
you
it is-
notice the book then?
It is written in
Tingles. when-
Arabic.
Because it
And it
glows.
looks very old, and it is bound in a blackened leather that when you touch it, you think this may be a leather made from human flesh.
We have had a book like that.
Yeah.
in our
Yes, we
possession.
do.
We still do, I think.
Yeah,
never
we
got
do.
rid of it.
I do.
So
books always
we
made
can't
out of
check
flesh?
books out like a library, right?
No.
I didn't think so.
So you're
So I'll
just
just
gonna
have to make
steal
a
that.
I'll have to make a note and let these guys know about that. I won't cause any problems.
Yeah, considering you carry around us.
He'll leave that up to you
Take care of
to go and get it. She said, I'll take care of it. I'll get my dudes.
And you
it.
do
Mahmoud
notice
and I'll go after dark.
a name on one of the office doors is Dr. Kafour, Kafour, as the head curator of the collection.
So is that a European name
No.
spelling?
Is it in English though?
It is in Arabic and in English.
Wow, that's good.
Alright, so you're still looking around at the museum.
Well, at nighttime all the exhibits come alive, so I want to wait for that.
Absolutely.
My headline
I've
for
seen
this
movie.
chapter is called "A Night at the Museum." So if
There you go. So lunch, you guys finish up with lunch. Are you ready to head back out then?
Yeah, whenever Mahmoud thinks that things start opening back up, and
Mahmoud thinks once he finishes that plate of stuffed grapes leaves and
Yeah.
perhaps some of the honeyed dates.
I was gonna say, whenever you're done
maybe
eating,
then we'll be ready to go.
Alright.
You guys head back out then, and he leads you.
What are we traveling on? In
Your feet.
are we walking?
Yeah, you're walking.
Okay.
He leads you to the Street of Potters, which is
You just have to find Harry's house.
yes, off of Sharia El Muiz. It takes about 45 minutes to get there. So by the time it's probably a
We
little
walk
after
45
2.
minutes in 2 o'clock in the afternoon through Egypt.
Mhm.
Yay!
So is that like
I'm
Charlie
gonna
Brown's
smell like you.
Charlie Brown's head exploding there?
I'm not sure what that is.
It's got ears and it's got the Charlie Brown.
Well, it could be Frankenstein's neck
Okay.
or back of head. You never know.
And what day are we on?
it is
Tuesday?
still Monday.
After a cafe rest, we walk 45 minutes to the marketplace.
Mhm. Now, some of this time you are walking through the shade because there's awnings and everything sticking out over the streets, but it's still it's hot. It's beastly hot. In fact, it's so hot that after hoofing it all over the place in the morning and hoofing it all over the place in the afternoon outside in this heat, I would all three of you take a health point off.
Wow.
It's like Dark Sun.
Well, I was gonna say something about that. I question. We walked 45 minutes in the sun. No.
Well, there's probably like cafes and street food stalls and stuff that are scattered around too. So like we can
I
always
get
get
health back,
like
but not sanity, right?
handfuls of fennel to suck on and like roots and stuff that actually kind of helps keep us cool.
You can first aid yourself. Yeah, first aid.
So there's some spices that we can chew on.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
certainly, I mean, Mahmoud recommends that you carry a canteen and
Yeah.
refill it often.
Mm-hmm.
But nonetheless, you do eventually make it to that street, and you come across.
Unless you only started with 1 point pill. Then you're
Right. Then I drop dead before I get there.
You can go negative. Not to
Okay.
worry.
All right.
Just going to 0 won't kill you.
Okay.
You come to a small shop with a door and window which are both labeled Faraz Najjar in Arabic, and it says Curios, C-U-R-I-O-S, in English, and you see Magasin de Antiquité in French.
Oh.
There are several stories of apartments above this shop.
What is the name of the shop?
Well, it says Faraj Najjar, and if you're reading it in Arabic, if you read it in English, it says Curios,
Okay.
and if you read it in French, it says Magasin de Antiquité.
Looks open.
Well, the curtains aren't drawn.
It's not burnt down.
Okay. Yeah. Guess we go in.
Who's going in first?
I'm gonna wait outside.
I'll go in.
I want to wait at the museum.
I'll go in.
So you're going in, Trinidad?
I'll just
I'm
act
going
like
with
I'm
him.
sitting outside smoking a
walk
cigarette
in
in
with
the
him.
120 degrees.
I'm going in. It's too hot out here.
Fortunately, it's,
Hotter in there.
only about 104 in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just watching.
Door opens, and it is packed with merchandise in here.
Oh.
There are rugs stacked up in one corner. There are various statuary throughout.
How are the prices?
Any partly burnt items?
You don't.
I'm
You're
not
not
even
there,
there,
but
but
they do not notice any partially burned items. There's, a lot. Some of the there's
Do we
items
sense this
in
stuff is
display
falling off a
cases
truck?
that look like they might be authentic. There are a lot of items on shelves throughout that look like they are most likely reproductions. This shop is probably maybe 15 feet wide and about 9 feet deep, and it is densely packed with stuff throughout that space. And then there's a sales counter and a curtain behind the sales counter. There's a man standing at the sales counter, and you can't help but notice that while he's smiling at you,
Is he drooling?
that he's only letting you see the right side of his face. He's kind of keeping his head tilted
Because the other side's burnt.
so that just the right side is facing you. And, welcome to my shop. Please take a look and see all the magnificent and ancient wares that I have for discerning customers such as yourselves.
Thank you.
What could I do for such magnificent and clearly wealthy tourists such as yourselves?
Just browsing, checking out your store.
Well, we have all of the very best antiquities here. Anything that you might wish to take back to your home with you. It is all available. What is there something specific you see? A beautiful woman such as yourself, perhaps this shawl. He pulls one out.
It is nice, but no, not what I'm looking for.
What is it you are looking for? For I certainly
anything that
have it
just
here.
catches my eye. Just shopping around.
Perhaps
looking.
I catch your eye?
Well, of course.
I'm standing out the front window going.
We've heard about you and your store.
Well, everyone knows that if you are to shop in Cairo, you must come and visit Najar's.
Show us your finest piece that you have.
Well, perhaps this. And he points to a small chest. It looks like it's made of wood. It's very ornately carved. There is a, it looks kind of like a miniature sarcophagus. There is a pharaoh carved into the top of it. This fine piece, and he holds it out to you and hands it to you as
Check
he's
for traps.
describing it.
It's beautiful.
Is at least 4,000 years old, and as you pick it up and look at it, you see
Made in India.
yeah,
In China.
inscribed on the bottom,
Okay, so
and
he's
you see the
he's
paint
just
kind
giving
of
you
chipping
the
off
yeah.
a little bit as you're looking at it.
It's a very
Ask
fine
him where the
piece.
stuff is in the back.
The best stuff is underground.
Well, we heard.
Is there any way for me to walk around back?
Well, this is a
Just
Not-
a long front,
yeah. It's,
Okay, so there's
you're
no,
in a
like,
bizarre area.
weird walk down
I mean, you
alley
could-
behind.
If you want to start exploring the alleys of Cairo by yourself, I'm all about that. We can come back to that.
Okay, keep going.
So I want to tell him this is a very fine piece, but I'm sure you have better than this.
Well, I have, and he reaches over and pulls out a scroll. This scroll is not something that I would show to just anyone, but I believe you to be a fine, discerning customer who is interested in, perhaps, things from a bit further off the beaten path. In it are the directions to find true love and happiness.
Still not my cup of tea.
Perhaps, and he goes over, this tea set.
It's beautiful.
Is that your cup of tea?
What?
Does anything catch my eye that
So I'm
draws
just
me away
walking
from the front of
around,
the store?
touching things, looking at things,
Well,
shopping,
what sort of
and
things?
leaving
would
I mean,
it
you
up
would-
to you at this point.
You know,
Yeah,
kind of
trying to
out there,
figure
I'm
out
just
how
kind
to,
of
like,
scoping to see if
just
anybody's watching us or
Gently.
if I
name
notice
drop,
any
like,
unusual things
Carlisle.
happening around
Give
the
me a
store.
sense trouble roll.
Without just saying, tell me what you know about Roger Carlisle.
Oh God,
Are
she's
you spending
rolling.
points?
Well, I do
Nope,
have
and I rolled a 5.
Okay. You do notice a guy sitting on a sitting on a balcony across the street, and he's sitting there smoking from a hookah and drinking something, and he seems to be very pointedly not looking at you or the store.
Obviously not looking at the
Mhm.
store. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to ask him, is this fine shop yours?
Yes, I am Faraz Najjar. A pleasure to meet you. And your name, beautiful lady, if you don't mind
My name
my
is
asking.
Trinidad.
Your name, it flows like like the river. Its beauty could only be matched by your own.
Thank you.
Falling for this crap?
We're looking for something that
Then I surely have it.
something along the lines that you may have given an associate of ours some years ago.
Oh, indeed.
Are you familiar with Roger Carlisle?
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Good
Get out! 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 Your kind is not wanted here. Out!
Wait.
He's pushing you, and as he does that, he unconsciously turns his face full on, and you see the left side of his face, the flesh just looks like it has run and been stretched and been hideously burned, and his left hand is all burned, but he's still trying to push you, manhandle you out of the store.
Well, at least I can go back there if you
I would have
Right.
calm
go
down,
in
calm
too.
down. My friend meant nothing by it. We were actually just looking for.
He's
I-
he's not stopping.
You're just so.
Give me a
Give me a fight
assurance
push.
roll.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Are
Not
you doing
you.
that?
Turn
Me?
down.
Me? All right.
He's not listening to you at
5.
all at this point.
5.
5?
Yeah.
Nah, he's
He's not.
not.
Wait, we're not in league with those people.
I will not speak of it. Get out!
We can help.
Get out! Out! My store is closed now. I will not take your money. Go!
Shit.
Can I try
All
to
right,
Once he
so
gets
go
you-
out.
once he forces
go
you
out
out of
the
the
store.
store,
Don't look at
he
me.
Yeah.
closes the store, locks the door, pulls the blinds shut.
Yeah, you like walk out and look at me and like.
I stand at the door looking at him, please.
He drew the blinds and closed curtains behind them.
I was still looking at your store, your fine products.
Shit. Didn't go as planned.
So, maybe you should have mentioned Bissett instead of Carlisle, or are they along the same lines?
I don't know. Probably because I think Bassart was like an agent of the Carlisle expedition or something. I have to look at my notes, but I know that
But
Bassart.
Carlisle is the one who received the artifact from him.
Yeah.
So deal went bad.
Or Bassart.
Are you guys standing like right out?
No.
right outside of the,
no.
Okay, we're
I
we're gonna
think,
figure out
like-
because I'm not paying any attention anyway.
Mahmoud's kind of looking at you.
Did he come to the
He
store
said-
with us too?
No,
Okay.
but he heard the shouting as you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
shoved
yeah.
out. That could have gone better.
Yeah, but we really need to talk to this guy. Is there like a cafe or something that we can go to near here?
Well, Fishali's Coffee House. Oldest coffee house in Cairo.
Oh.
Just over that way, next to the mosque. Right off the square, there's a mosque on one side and a coffee shop on the other side
Okay.
of the street there.
All right.
By now I've crossed the street and I'm kind of underneath the guy that wouldn't look.
Wait, I thought you were going to explore the back alleys.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Mel is forever gone.
So, you were heading down these back alleys
Yeah, I noticed this
by
guy.
yourself,
Okay.
Alright,
looking
what else
around,
are you gonna ask him?
poking your nose
Carlisle.
into
What
doorways,
should I ask
and
him about Carlisle?
well, tell me what you're doing.
You know, you're a tourist. I'm gonna stick out, so
I
I'm
noticed.
kind of, you know.
Okay, well, me as a
What's the
tourist,
artifact?
when I go to a
Where did you
foreign,
get it?
to a city where,
I occasionally walk down an alley that I
Give
shouldn't.
it
well,
to
I
me.
don't. I personally,
Why do you give it to
when I, you know,
Stay on the main drag.
I was in New Orleans over the summer. I
So
knew,
what
you
is the
know,
object? Where did you
stay
get
on
it
the
from
main
and why
street.
did you
Stay
get
in
So-
the French Quarter.
Those are
well, I
gonna
was
be
in the
like my
French
first
Quarter, but
three
there's
names.
parts
Yeah,
of the
there's
French
parts
Quarters
you
where
don't go down.
Exactly. You know, when I was in London the year before,
Yeah.
same kind of thing. You know, okay, yeah, that's not for me.
Right.
It sounds like
L
Elle is going, oh no, that's for me.
That's where she usually gravitates towards the underground stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah, she's gonna probably
We know that
notice
the
the
object
guy
is a
up on the
Cthulhu
balcony,
mythos.
Mhm.
be like, okay,
So,
whatever,
I
kind of
don't
avoid
think we
his,
should come off as being
and I'll
like
walk down and
interested in
find
the
an
object,
alleyway to turn
because
down.
that
Okay.
might mean that we're called.
So
Okay, so,
So
you
if we're
find
interested
a seedy-looking
in
alleyway.
Roger Carlisle and what happened to him.
you
we're
find
trying to,
a,
like, help solve.
you see that there's some
His
stairs
sister-
leading down
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
that
His
you're
sister
pretty sure
sent us here to trace
is the
trace
entrance
steps,
to
and we're trying to help
a
her
bar.
sister.
you see
Carlos
another
His
door
sister,
that you
right?
think
Yeah, but I
could
don't think we
lead
should
to a
mention this.
storage area
Okay.
for someplace,
Right.
or it could be, you know, some kind of
Yeah, so the more
private
information we
meeting
get
area
about the
for
object,
somebody.
without making it seem
do you
like
speak
we're really,
Arabic?
we're not interested in
do.
the object
Okay.
actually. We're
Okay.
interested
And
in
I
knowing
have
its
some
origins.
streetwise.
All right, go
Where
ahead
did
and
he
give me
get
that
it? How
streetwise
did
roll.
he get it? Where did it come from? What is it?
Let's do
That might help
Actually,
us
you know what?
point
You don't
to
even need
the
to roll.
next
It's
kind of direction.
You've got to
So if I
point
go
a
in there, just
streetwise.
ask him more about
So
Carlisle,
you're
how he
pretty
became
sure
friends with
that,
him or acquaintance with him, and
that bar over there, you
tell
didn't
us
need to spend it.
anything
You
about
have the
okay.
streetwise.
more, and
You're pretty sure that
Yeah,
bar
if you know
over
anything
there
about
is.
Retracing
I mean, this is
steps,
not
who he
a
was
great
associated
neighborhood.
with while he was here.
Pretty sure that bar,
Okay.
what you thought was a bar at first is an
Yeah,
opium
yeah,
den.
that's
Okay.
So you think
just to
that
kind of like strengthen the leads.
that would
we
be a
have, so we know
place
where
if you
to
wanted
go.
to get your opium fix.
Is
And
it
you're
okay
pretty
if
sure
I
that
ask
that
him about
storage, what
this?
appears to be a storage area over there, is actually a
I wouldn't mention the name
basically
of
a
our
gang
shop.
base.
No.
Meeting
SAR
room for one of
and
the
the-
local
Yeah,
street
so,
gangs.
yeah,
They
maybe.
probably have a
Him
relationship
and
with the
Clive.
opium den where they're
Yeah.
The archaeology.
In
get
booths.
providing them the drugs, but also
Just,
mugging the customers.
So we're
Got
actually
it.
here for his sister to try to find some answers for her and
Mhm.
retrace
You get the
his steps
impression
and things that
Yeah.
This may not be
And to
the
put an-
wisest
we don't-
place
For me to
put
be.
an
Should I
end-
say the cult? Should I mention the
So-
cult? Because obviously he knows.
You know, yeah, I would
Yeah.
say to put an end to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will
Just
turn
so people
around.
so people like that can never hurt people.
We'll
like
go
that,
back
you
to
know,
the
stuff
street. We'll look down
like that. That might
as
be-
we
that
come
might go
out.
good
We'll
to
look down
reassure him
towards
that we're on
the
his
shop,
side, you know.
and more than likely see them coming out.
Okay.
Run into them
A-
or
as
find them
you're-
on the street.
Making your way back out, you realize the situation you were in. You started to make your way back out.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a stealth roll. Let's see how sneaky you were. Tell me if you want to spend a point on this.
When we don't see Mel right away,
Get into
I'll
that.
spend a point there.
Okay.
We're like, where in the hell did she go
I
now?
roll like Don. You see that? I roll like Don. All right, let's try that again. 4.
Okay. You do not attract any attention, so
All
you're
right.
able to come back right as they are.
It might be somebody tailing me, but kind of hard to tell at this point.
It is a fairly crowded bazaar.
So where are we at? At a little. We're not standing in front of the place anymore. Where did we go? To a little
well,
coffee
Mamu
shop.
told us about a coffee shop, and like I'm
Yeah,
looking
the
for
Shawnees.
I'm looking for L. Like where? Mamu,
You see
where'd L
them
go?
walking down the street.
I'm gonna have to catch up to him.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
Casually catch up. Walk a little faster than usual, not running
Sure.
to draw more attention to ourselves, but
Oh, what happened? Where did you go?
Where'd you go?
just needed to smoke a cigarette.
Oh. Okay.
You smoke?
Well, yeah.
I've never seen you
Everybody
smoke.
smokes.
Can I
It's 1925.
detect
Everyone
a lying?
smokes.
Go
And
ahead.
if you'd like, but she definitely does smoke. That's
there-
come up in the discussion many times.
There's just seedy opium dens down the back alley. I was just checking out what was going on. I thought maybe if there was trouble, I could find the back way in.
Well, we missed our opportunity to talk to him for now, but we
What
really
happened?
need. He did not like me mentioning the name Roger Carlisle.
Interesting.
I mean, he exploded with anger at me. mentioning
Threw
it,
us out of the
so-
shop.
Yeah, and he is very horribly scarred.
Really?
So he could be very afraid to talk to us too.
What did the scarring look like?
It was burned.
Burned?
Yeah, he definitely had serious burn marks. So there's probably good reason why he doesn't want to talk to us about Roger Carlisle. But we need to talk to him. We need information. So maybe we should.
I was
We
thinking
can
about trying to
formulate
go
some
back.
questions and I can go in.
I was thinking about trying to go back because he kind of took to me.
Yeah.
Maybe trying to flatter him into letting me in the door, and then leave him here, and then go back and talk to him, and
Now-
see if I can get.
In fairness, while he was flattering you, you
He
also
was
get the
trying to-
impression he was flattering your money.
Money.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, he knew you were wealthy. He was just trying to get you to buy everything in the shop.
So I'll buy something. I'll go back there and buy something for him.
Well, I would imagine he's probably going to be locked up the rest of the day. You know,
Probably if he was that
I mean,
upset.
it's already 2, 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, and if he was that upset, he might not just like open the door for the rest of the day.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that
Do
we
I
can't.
notice that the guy upstairs is still there?
Yes.
Still there.
Well, maybe we can kind of.
I assume you guys are having this discussion in the coffee shop.
Yeah.
So he
You
was
would've-
there when you went
when
to
I
the
walked
coffee
out.
shop.
Okay.
Figure we can kind of stay here at the coffee shop and see if he leaves and where he goes, and maybe try to talk to him.
Yeah, if he leaves, I could tail him. And if she wants to go back in, or you guys want to discuss that further as far as who's gonna, we at this point we could either follow him, or we go back to the hotel, wait for Seamus. Is it Seamus? Samus. See what he's found out, regroup, and then come back. He's not going anywhere. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe we scared him. He may leave.
So, Mahmoud's got to know somebody around here. He can find another newsboy.
Do you have any friends, Mahmoud?
Well, I believe you are my friends.
We are your friends. Do you have any other friends?
But we cannot stay here and keep an eye on our little friend here. I wondered if you might know of anybody that could do that for us.
I
For a
could try
price.
to find someone.
Someone trustworthy?
I could try.
Trustworthy that likes money.
I feel like I want to go back to the shop and I want to wave some money at the door. If he opens it, if I can get him to at least open the door, tell him I want to buy something, and try to talk to him. We know he's still there before he takes off.
Yeah.
You're not with me. I'll go and I'll just flash money and I'll tell him I want to buy something.
Titties.
I don't think he likes titties. He's not for
He's
that.
a Muslim. He might not appreciate
Yeah.
He's a Muslim. He's
He
not
liked my
dead.
money.
Yeah, he's not made of wood.
He
But
liked
the
my
people
money.
who are outside here might be very offended.
I don't know. Down that alley, there was people back there, some businesses back there that might appreciate that.
I'm not in this for fashion titties. Okay.
I turned this into a really strange game, don't I? All right.
Well, I guess that's an option. Just wave
send
a
her
handful of
back.
cash.
Wave
Yeah.
some cash. See
Yeah.
if
I'm gonna
see
go
if
knock on the
he's-
door and just like wave some cash and
All right,
I'll
well-
try to flatter him with compliments of what he had and what I seen in there.
Are you telling me you're doing this, or are you guys still discussing?
No, I think you should just do
You
it.
should
Just
just let her
do
do
it.
it. Just let her do it.
Okay.
We'll
I'm just
head
gonna
back.
go to the door
Yeah, we'll
by
get-
myself.
And when she fails, then you can discuss time to
You guys, can you guys see me? Can you guys see me at all times or keep an eye on me?
Nope, I can't see you.
Yeah, I think we should
No,
at
you
least
can't.
be within visual range.
Okay. So you guys head back. You head back to Faraz's while the two of you probably are in the middle of the marketplace. There's a fountain there. You could be sitting down by the edge of the fountain. You're having a cigarette. I'm not sure what you're smoking a pipe, perhaps.
Sure.
Seems fitting. And you knock on the door, and Farouz comes to the door and looks very angry, and you see he's got a scimitar in his hand now.
Great.
Calm down. Calm down. I look, I have money.
How much money are you holding up?
I don't know a lot.
Give me
20.
okay.
A lot.
like $100 on the
$100
order
easy.
of.
Couple
okay.
$100.
Okay, I mean
Couple $100.
1920s. That's
a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have it.
Okay. He kind of steps back and opens the door a crack. What is it you want?
Well, I would like to purchase
Buy the
a rug
scimitar.
that I seen in your store. It was beautiful.
You're gonna carry
I
a
like
rug
to
through
purchase.
town?
It's a small rug. It's not a big rug, okay?
It's
It's
all
what
right,
it came
never
to my
mind.
head.
I got it.
I'm telling you, just buy the scimitar.
Oh no, you know.
That scimitar right there.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So,
beautiful.
how about that box that he showed me?
Oh,
That
shit.
box. I was interested in that box you showed me. It was beautiful. And I liked
He
the
reaches
vibe.
to grab the wad of cash out of your hand.
No. Let me in. My friend's not with me.
You're nuts.
Give me a bargain.
Going in alone?
Tell me if you're spending any points.
You didn't tell
Don't
me
you
you
have
were
any
going
bargain
in.
points?
You said you were
I
going to
don't
stand at
know.
the door.
Actually, do you have bargain?
Where's it at?
Yeah,
Oh,
In
yeah.
your
It's in the
personal
middle.
skills. If you
Four.
spend a point of bargain, he'll let you in.
Okay, I'll spend a point of bargain.
All right. So he lets you in.
I
Lets
just
her
take
in
your pen.
by herself.
I am like walking towards the front of the store.
It's fine. It's fine. Just like I said, you
Oh
guys know
yeah,
I'm in there.
it's fine.
You know I'm in there. You
It's
can
fine
break
until
in.
somebody gets shot.
If you hear a lot of
He's
yelling
got a
and screaming,
scimitar, not a gun.
I have a gun. All right.
He lets her in and then shuts the door and locks it behind her. So
Never
back
be-
at the
Never
museum.
going to be seen again.
And meanwhile, back at the
Back at the
museum.
museum
With the cat.
with the cat. You're still looking around. By this point, it's about 2:30. And a man comes up to you. Says, "That's just a striking cat you have."
Yeah, I found it in the museum. Is it your cat?
No, it is not mine.
It was just wandering around, kept following me.
Ah, that is very fortunate. He reaches over to scratch it behind the ears and it meows at him. Oh, a fine, fine animal. You are lucky to have made such a friend.
Aren't cats in Egypt at this point a dime a dozen?
Well, I thought they liked them the best. Their favorite type of pet.
I think they like them bast.
Ah!
What,
I approve.
what brings you to the museum?
It's good.
I'm just looking around.
Ah, I am Dr. Kafour. And you?
I'll just tell them my name, Samus. There's no reason to...
A pleasure to meet you, Samus.
You recognize his name from the curator's door?
I do, but I don't know him. He's
Right.
not like a person I met in the past.
Sure.
So it's not like I can say, yeah, I know who you are.
Have you
But-
been in Cairo long?
Nope.
Oh, so the museum was one of your first stops.
Yep.
Do you plan to visit one of the digs or one of the sites?
Maybe there was a Penhu dig that we knew about. We came from London, and they were sponsoring some dig here in Egypt.
Oh, the Clive expedition.
That could be it.
Yes, they are digging out in Memphis. Do you know? Do you have an association with the Penny
That would be
Foundation?
Tennessee.
No.
No.
Clive dig?
Expedition.
In Memphis, Tennessee. Just write that down. See, if you get information from me, that's how it's going to come.
I got it. Clive dig expedition in Memphis. See, and I used to live off of Memphis.
I still do.
I lived on 58th.
I live like by the zoo, off of 25th.
So what brings you to Cairo then?
Well, I was just curious about the old artifacts and stuff. That's why I was taking a look
Well,
around.
we do have countless artifacts. If there are any that of particular interest, please, I can use the distraction. I find that standing up and walking around the museum enables me to sharpen my insights onto whatever I'm working on. So if you should have any questions, please give a knock and I will be happy to come out. And,
Okay, well, maybe tomorrow. I know it's late in the day today.
well, we still have a few more hours. But enjoy your exploring then.
Okay.
And that's
It's
back
okay
into
that
the
he's
office.
just walking around with this weird cat.
He didn't seem to mind.
Didn't seem to mind, did he?
He didn't want to buy it. He didn't want to trade for it. Everything's for sale.
So, you went into the store, and
Yes.
he quickly
Locked you
closed the door and locked it behind him.
Oh God.
What did you think was gonna happen?
That's fine. He doesn't want nobody else in. He doesn't want nobody else coming in. So I'm gonna tell him I'm gonna buy the box, whatever, and I'm just gonna tell him that
Don't tell me what you're doing.
Okay, so
Do
my
it.
friend, I know he told you that we were led to your store.
Yes, you had a guide who brought you here.
We had a guide that brought us here, but we also came for a reason. And I know you got
But
upset.
because I have the finest wares in all of Cairo.
Don't
You
say his
do.
name again.
You do have all the finest wares. But,
You didn't know he owned a butcher shop. He's carrying around a knife. That's what you should say.
we are here by the request of the sister of Carlisle, and I know you didn't like that name, But listen to me. Listen to me.
This
This-
is not the place to discuss this.
Do you have a?
This is not the place to say those names.
Okay.
We cannot
Can
say
we
those names
discuss
here.
it someplace else? Can we discuss it someplace else? Can you take me someplace? We need to discuss it. We need to discuss it.
At-
We know there's things that we need to stop
After
and
the
put an
prayer
end to.
service tonight, at the mosque, at Al Hussein Mosque,
Okay.
just down the road there.
Okay.
After the prayer service, come in, be respectful, attend the prayer service, and then we can meet in one of the private rooms at the mosque.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, can my friends come with me or just me?
As long as they are all respectful.
Okay, we'll be
And make sure you are properly veiled. You cannot go into a mosque dressed like that woman.
I will make sure I'm properly veiled.
You
all
have to
of
go
us.
buy a Jawa outfit.
We will all be properly. What time is it?
It's about 3 o'clock by this point.
Ask
he
him
wants
if
us to
he
be
has
where?
anything that you can.
You want what time does he want us to be there?
After the evening prayer service.
Okay.
Well, I am like flatter him. I am, but since you need me to
I
wear
love
something,
this box,
do you
by the
have
way.
something I can wear tonight?
I am not the clothier.
Well, you did have a shawl earlier.
He does have a shawl, but it's not
Well, I
not appropriate
appreciate.
for the
I
mosque.
appreciate you're going to take the time and talk to us. It'll be worthwhile. I promise.
Yes, I hope it will be. You said you
I
wanted
come
the
up
box.
to the glass
Yeah.
with a
You
note.
said you wanted the box.
I do.
All right. He wants $250 for the box.
I
What?
have 200. Here, take 200.
What? It's
I
have 200.
I cannot sacrifice such a
Canada?
glorious artifact for only 200.
Oh, well then I'm sorry. We can't come to an agreement.
Then I guess we cannot speak later.
You're killing me. So I say you're killing me, Diggy Smiles. 250.
I want to hold up a
is
note
what it
in
is.
the
Here,
window for
I pull out
her
another
to
50 and I give
ask,
it to him.
All right, mark down a point of
You're
credit
killing me.
rating.
might he have any artifacts that might have belonged to a cult or two? Shh. Shh. I'm not even in the room.
We're gonna meet him later at the mosque after the
Prayer.
After the evening prayer service.
and my friends can come as long as we're respectful and dressed correctly. So I don't know how we have to dress for a mosque, but we gotta get dressed for a mosque.
You have to cover everything.
Yeah.
So do I.
Okay.
And don't talk.
No, and you'll probably be whisked away to a woman's only
Yeah.
area of the mosque too. Well, but
So,
we're not
wait a
attending
minute.
service or nothing. We're
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we
Attend
have
the
to
prayer
attend-
service
yep.
and then meet after the prayer service.
Okay. Okay.
So
then.
we're gonna be screwed in the prayer service because we don't know what we're doing.
No, all you do
but
is
you know Arabic.
kneel and
Yeah.
face east.
I do know Arabic.
And
A little bit more now.
at least what I do know of the Grand Mosque here in Cleveland, people who are not Muslim can attend service.
They can.
Yes, they can.
Okay.
As long as you are
Respectful.
respectful and appropriately dressed.
Yeah. So because you don't look Muslim, or
None of us
you
do.
know,
We're all
But
going.
by
No,
the
but
time
I'm-
they're
by the
appropriately
time
dressed,
you're
it's
not
not
gonna
going
be
to
able
be
to
obvious.
notice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So then you guys will stick out.
Yes, we will. We'll probably be put somewhere else in the back or something.
Mhm.
Okay. Doesn't matter. We just have to attend the service and then we're going to meet him in a private area there.
Okay.
He did not want to talk in the store.
Okay. Well, you did good.
You didn't die. That's
I'm
a
so scared.
success.
I unlocked the door and came out and went like this. Yes.
Spike the
I was
$250.
just- I was just about to like open or try to check the door, and I would turn around and I'm walking the other way, like, I didn't see me.
All right.
So you guys still have a couple of hours to kill. I'm not sure if there's any.
I'm
no
going
pun
back to
intended.
take a nap.
Okay.
Well, we need to get Mahmoud is here
Yeah,
to
we
help
need
us
to
get
get-
appropriate clothing for
Sure.
attending.
We need to find him. Figure
You know
out
where
what
I'm
he's
at.
learned.
Yeah. We have a
Yeah.
couple hours. It's probably not a bad idea. We can go.
We
back
can go to the museum and look around and.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're going to accomplish right now.
Yeah, I think
we
we
don't
just
really
need
have
I
to
any
think
other
I,
needs.
you know what? I wouldn't mind going to the museum and looking around.
Okay.
I'll
It's
see
gonna
if I can
take
go
you-
find him.
but
Well,
basically by the
45
t-
minutes back.
Exactly. By the time you get to the museum,
It's just
find him, you're not going to really have any time to look around.
Uh,
Basically, you can get to the museum, find some appropriate clothing.
break
and
into the
then-
curator's office.
That's probably pushing it if you want to get back in time for the prayer service.
You do not want to be late for the prayer service.
okay.
All right, well, let me go change.
$250 says so.
Are you coming along to the prayer service?
Yes.
Samus?
I guess I am. I've been
Come grab his
volunteered.
I'm saying yes, he is.
So, as you guys meet up at the museum,
Are cats allowed at the
briefly chat. Yep.
at the prayer service? Is
I'm
there a
looking
cat
for
policy?
theology. Theology would be the appropriate skill to know if cats are
Oh,
allowed
I
or
have no
not.
idea. I'll just bring the cat anyway.
Okay.
Then what if he's not allowed?
Well,
Well,
how about
then I
just
guess
leave
I
the
made a
cat
mistake.
at the hotel. I think they'd allow a cat at the hotel.
Yeah, with the money we're paying, they're definitely, and then we can have somebody even watch
Mhm.
it.
Yeah, and feed it.
I'm sure the concierge will be happy to take care of that cat for us.
Is that the plan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
The cat will never be seen again. I'll blame you.
It's all right.
Well, at least you had it for a while.
I'm a dog guy. Kurtz is a dog guy anyway.
Me too.
All right. Yeah. So you drop the cat off, and the concierge
I'm
looks
not really. I'm
has a moment of confusion on his face, and says, "Of course, yes, we will take care of this.
Perfect.
It will eat only the finest tuna."
Well, I won't say anything. I was going to say something bad.
Okay.
Okay. Somewhere along the way, Elle and Trinidad find some appropriate clothing to wear to the service at the mosque. As I'm sure Dr. Kurtz and Samus do also need to find something, but it's a lot less formal for the two of you.
Oh, I'm pretty informal already. I'm as informal as you can be.
You have to be a little.
You have to get dressed
More
up again.
formal than
Sorry.
that, yeah.
Sorry, little fella. But
You have to wear long
get
pants.
But they
cleaned
itch.
up again.
I'll just scratch my legs throughout the whole
It's only temporary.
Throughout the whole service?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
You can't be disrespectful. Behave yourself.
So you guys do head back to the mosque and attend the prayer service. The women are split off into a separate prayer group from the men. And once both services are complete, Najjar meets all four of you, and you're escorted back to a private meeting room
In the mosque.
within the mosque.
Oh.
Also, you had to leave your shoes and socks at the door, so you're barefoot as you're proceeding through the mosque.
Okay.
And that's basically, you see what other people do, and I assume you go along with it. You're not. You're,
Yes.
you're actively attempting to not give offense. I'm making that assumption.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you want to be the obnoxious Westerner at this point, tell me.
I might get ringworm.
You might.
How many health points would that be? I'll take my shoes off.
Okay.
It's just one bath, dude. Ringworm gone.
You probably already got ringworm.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is one of the very few places that I feel safe having any sort of a discussion about these matters.
Sorry I offended you before. It was not intentional.
It is a tremendous risk to deal with these people. I have already offended them once, and it cost me my shop, my family, and much of my body. I am very hesitant to risk any further loss. Now, what is it that brings you here?
Well, we want to put an end to this too. So that is our reason that one of our reasons that we're here. We're here to try to cover the path of Carlisle and what were his steps, people he may know, may have dealt with. Again, his sister has sent us to find out information that could possibly help put an end to all this cultist activity.
Carlisle came to Egypt seeking information about the Black Pharaoh. Have you heard that name before?
We have.
This being's reign ended with the first pharaoh of the 4th dynasty. Sneferu is the one who supplanted him. I had managed to acquire a number of items related to the Black Pharaoh, and I offered them to Carlisle through Warren Bessart, an agent. I had worked with Bessart for a number of times before this deal, but I have not spoken to him since those artifacts were turned over. I do not know where that man could be found now. These items, apparently, there are those who had found them precious. One of them was a scroll that spoke of the entrance to a hidden room in a nameless pyramid, somewhere within which the Black Pharaoh was once entombed. There was also a bust of the Black Pharaoh, a small drum which bore symbols of mystic power inscribed upon it, and a circlet set with a large zircon, said to be the crown of the Black Pharaoh and the key to his triumph over death. Anybody that's talking with him, so any of the 4 of you at this point, if anybody wants to spend a point of assessed honesty.
I have it. I can spend it.
Okay. He's withholding something.
So this is after the prayer he's telling us.
Yeah, you're meeting in a private
We met
meeting
in a
room
private
within the
room.
mosque.
Can I recap something here, just to make sure my notes are right?
Mm-hmm.
He talks about a scroll that is talking about a hidden room in a pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
We have a circlet made of zircon, which is the key to the
A
triumph.
circlet with a large zircon set on it.
Okay, I gotcha. And that is the Black Pharaoh's key to triumph over death.
Mm-hmm.
A small drum.
Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose of the drum?
The symbols were supposedly possessed mystical power.
Okay, and that's all I have. What else did he say? I think I missed one thing.
A bust of the Black Pharaoh.
No, we did know about that though.
Yes, you do.
And these artifacts, these were all the artifacts that you had procured from Bessart?
That I procured for Bessart to give to sell to Carlisle.
And did you sell all of those items
Yes,
to Carlisle?
I sold them to Bessart, who was Carlisle's agent.
Ah, gotcha, okay.
And you know he's withholding something. Something that seems... You get the impression he's withholding something important.
Intimidation.
Maybe we should just how about reassurance? At this point, we don't want him to run and stop talking.
Yeah,
I don't have any of that.
I do.
I could
You want to
see
spend a point of reassurance?
I will.
How about interrogation? I got a point of that.
No, I'll do a reassurance with them.
What do you say?
I feel that there's more that you're holding back. and you're not
But-
telling us everything.
That's not reassuring at all.
That's not. Yeah.
Oh, alright.
You're lying to us.
That was kind of confrontational.
I was trying to be belligerent.
Oh, you were.
I can see that you're scared.
We've traveled the world. We're here to,
Put an end to the cult.
yeah, and
We're here
He
to
might
help.
be a
We're
cult.
here to
we're
help.
good at.
Please
we're
let us
good
know
at
everything.
protecting.
You know, we're
or-
going in this trying to find. You know,
He-
it's dangerous.
I'm going to
Please just-
reassure him that he's going to be protected.
These artifacts that I sold, I had acquired them through.
Not so legal means.
Yes.
Understood.
They came from Omar al-Shakti. It was only after I had acquired them that I discovered al-Shakti is high priest of the Brotherhood of the Black Pharaoh.
He is what for the Black Pharaoh? He's
Not so loud!
Sorry.
He's a high priest.
High priest of the Brotherhood. I did not believe this cult actually existed, but they are the ones who sent the fire demon to destroy my family, my business, and ruin my body.
So how did you acquire them from Omar?
I stole them.
How
From
did,
his home? From where?
Yes, from his home.
how did you survive the fire thing?
I sometimes believe that living like this was a greater punishment than death. Now,
Because now
I
you're
live in
labeled.
constant fear that the Brotherhood will finish what they began.
Now, were you invited into Omar's home? Did you know him, or did you break into his home and steal this?
I broke in.
How did you know that he had those items?
I heard about it from a friend of a friend.
Is that friend of a friend still alive?
He is a member of the cult. We are not friends now.
Why did they let you go?
They did not let me go. You see what they did to me?
Everyone else we've come across, they've killed.
Perhaps they felt marking me like this and forcing me to suffer with the memory of everything I had lost was a greater punishment. I do not know. I do not ask.
I'm alive.
Do they
damn it.
ever come around to bother you now and check in on
They
you?
watching
or?
you?
I fear that they always watch me. That is why we are meeting here, where Allah protects us.
I take it you probably were not such a pious man before your shop burned down?
One could say that, yes.
Okay.
Do you know anything of Dr. Clive?
The Clive expedition, yes. I have heard that the Brotherhood stole a mummy from the Clive expedition's dig at Memphis. I have also heard
We're going in search of a mummy.
that the Brotherhood seeks to acquire an item stored in the Mosque of Ibn Tulun, though I do not know what it is they seek or why they seek it. I'm sure it is for some foul purpose, part of their dark rituals, one may be sure. And I do not wish to know any more of such evil than I have already learned of the hard way.
Do you know where the Clive expedition is?
Yeah, it's in Memphis.
Oh,
I think that's...
We're going to be walking on Memphis.
Yeah.
that's not Memphis,
I
Tennessee.
know, right?
Where, do you know where the Mosque of Ibn Tulun is?
Of course. He tells me.
I mean, I will...
It's in Cairo.
Old City or...
Probably Old City.
Okay. Do you think, is Old City like half of Cairo, 3/4
About
of
a
Cairo?
quarter.
A quarter of Cairo, okay. When did you hear that news?
Which news?
The one.
The stolen mummy news.
Yeah.
The stolen mummy?
Yeah.
Last week.
And how do you know that the Brotherhood is looking for something in the mosque?
A friend of mine, he's a member of that congregation, and had told me that they've had to increase security at the mosque recently due to threats of violence.
Mm. So this cult operates freely in this
Out of a mosque?
in Cairo?
No, they don't operate out. The cult doesn't operate out of the mosque.
Well,
The
his
cult wants-
friend.
is a member of the mosque congregation, and the mosque has had to increase its security.
So this cult is that bold that they'd operate.
I fear they were certainly bold when they used a demon to burn down and destroy my life.
You saw the demon?
With this side.
Okay. Well, I well, I
That's
was
your good side.
I was attacked by fire as well. Just managed to jump out of a window.
You have my sympathies. Do you seek
Wait,
to stop this cult?
I might
Yeah.
have to hang out
So,
at
is
that
there any
mosque.
information you can give us on this cult as far as,
In the town of El Wasta, that's EL space WASTA, southeast of the pyramid at Maidum, there's an old woman named Nuri, Nuri. Her son worked for the Carlisle expedition when they were here, though I do not remember the boy's name. She is a wise woman and may know more about this cult and the creature they worship.
And this old woman, you know her how again? A friend of yours?
She is a wise woman. She knows much
She's the oracle?
about the forbidden lores.
and her son worked for the Carlisle expedition.
Yes.
Where do we find the old woman?
El Wasta.
Southeast of the pyramid, Maidun.
Maidum. Meidum.
That's good information.
We're all
We
doomed.
got a lot to go
We're
on.
all my doomed.
Yes, we are.
Did you?
So Omar is the high priest, though.
I think we sort of assumed that he was.
Well, now we have confirmation.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you name dropped him as a friend of yours.
Yeah, right.
It is.
Whoopsie. I think we need to go back to
I think
Port
we
Said
knew
tomorrow.
that. I'm pretty sure I knew that. I knew his name was going to be big. I didn't know how big, but
Yeah.
apparently his name's bigger than mine. So good thing we did that. I'm sure they'll tear the whole place apart.
Well, we need to. Last question.
Yes.
Where does Omar Al-Shakti live?
Good question.
A man with his resources
You robbed his house. You should know where it's
has
located.
many places where he can be found, but his primary residence is somewhere in this chapter. Hold on. He has a cotton plantation north of Cairo. There he makes his home in the town of Gezira Mohammed. on the west bank of the Nile. Gezira is Gezira. Muhammad Mohammed.
That's the town. Gira Muhammad.
Gezira
Gezira.
Muhammad is the name of the town.
Gezira.
It's about
And it's
six.
north of Cairo.
Yeah, it's about 6 miles north of Cairo.
On a cotton plantation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
That's
that's
gonna
a
take
big
while.
fun place to get through and hide. No, you can't. Those are prickly, aren't they? Cotton.
I don't know.
It's got some stuff in it.
I don't think you can run through that.
They're low enough. Just chew up your shins.
Do you know what the cult is looking for at the mosque?
Do not, though I'm sure if you go there and can gain their confidence.
The mosque
Because
or
we're
the
good
cult?
talkers, can't you tell?
Who are we joining? Are we joining the mosque? Are we joining the cult?
Probably not both.
Okay.
Do you know where any rituals are performed?
I do not wish to know. I already know far more about these blasphemers than I ever seek to know. This is what I wish to focus on now. As he says it, he's gesturing. at the
I
mosque
understand.
around him.
I understand. We're just trying to put an end to it. Why do I have this name?
What name is that?
Semi Ramis?
Who?
Ramis? Ramis?
That's a god, right? Ramses? Ramis.
I don't know. I never. No. Maybe it's by the hotel. It's by the hotel. Maybe it was somebody.
That could be. There was another guy, a dragoman.
Yeah, maybe
that
that's
you
what
hired?
it was. Yeah, because it was right underneath the hotel.
Yeah, we sort of paid him to let him go.
Okay. So I've asked everything that I want to know. Anybody else?
Any other questions? Alright, I guess we'll just leave him with a parting message that he's done the right thing.
I pray that you are right.
Oh, and pray for us.
Indeed, I pray for success in your mission to stop these unholy people from their actions that threaten us all.
The evildoers.
Indeed.
Is there anything else that you would like to, you could tell us that we haven't asked that might help us?
I can think of nothing that I know.
But the old woman might know more.
She certainly might.
Naru, you said her name is?
Nuri.
Nuri,
Nori.
N-U-R-I.
When they attacked your shop, they didn't take anything from it.
They burned it.
They just burned everything that was in it. They didn't take anything from it.
Well, it was a bit hard to do inventory after the fire, but
Well, they could have done that before they burned it down.
they could have.
So you don't know. You weren't there.
I was home with my family
So
when
you
they
were
were
attacked.
still alive.
You were attacked in your house, not at your shop.
Yes.
Why, you wanted to add something?
No.
My shop was attacked, and I was attacked, and my family and I were attacked.
Well, I just imagine they attacked you while you were running your shop.
No.
No, they
attacked
came
in
to
the
your
night.
home in the night, scarred you,
Oh, I gotta
and killed your
rewatch this
family.
on TV. There's a lot of stuff here, notes. A lot of information tonight.
So you're gonna rewatch it? And
Oh yeah, I'll rewatch it. Definitely.
Okay, you're gonna fast forward through all the commercials.
No, I'm gonna clean my bathroom or something and listen to it as I'm cleaning and
Or
cooking.
toilet entertainment is the
Yeah,
take-home
right?
message.
So I think we go back to the hotel, we rest, we game plan to go see the old woman.
Well, did you guys want to go to the museum tomorrow? There's stuff there that you might want.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to the curator.
It's up to you. I mean, it's right near the hotel already. Why leave town or do whatever and come back?
he might have more history on the Black Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Well, he knew
Or the
about
mummy that was stolen from the Clive expedition.
Exactly.
Yeah, he knew about that.
Or if he hasn't, he might have information about the history of just like this town too. You know, not just the
Where the
artifacts.
fish people live.
Yeah, we'll mention fish people.
Yeah, we don't need to mention
But
fish people.
if there's like, you know how like churches have you know, artifacts like
Mhm.
religious artifacts
Relics.
like relics and stuff, like maybe he might know about relics that are also have religious significance throughout Cairo. Then we can maybe try to narrow down what might be at the mosque.
Might know of some.
Well, the mummy's probably the Black Pharaoh mummy. I would assume. That would be my connecting the dots. I just try to. I just try to.
think like a dark god.
Yeah, that's right.
Well,
I
but
actually
that's-
buried.
I think
I
that's.
envision the worst case scenario. That's the worst.
I mean, the bust was part of it. The
Mhm.
scroll is probably something to do with.
We haven't seen what the scroll is, but we did hear.
But
from,
every scroll we've seen has been some type of ritual.
No,
Yes.
I think there was one of poetry's or something.
Resolving.
I didn't read that one.
And then, yeah, ritual to
You didn't read any of them.
Evidentiary.
That's right.
We did hear though from Brady. I should say, Roland Kurtz read transcripts.
I
From the
did read this
conversation.
scroll, unless it's gone.
No, it's
No,
in
it's
there.
there.
There's the one I read.
Okay.
So remember, I helped translate it.
You did.
I just wanted to
Point out your
prove,
contribution.
that's right. Prove a falsehood.
Your literary contribution.
That's right.
So I think Jack Brady mentioned discovering that secret room that he wasn't invited to go into at the Red Pyramid. And when
No idea what you're talking about. It was
Red
before
Pyramid
me.
Bar.
it
Yep.
was, yeah,
It was before me. Okay.
It was before me.
I'll say
too.
that we reviewed these notes, you
It
know,
was.
like on our.
I mean, that
Hang
happened
on,
in
I gotta
1919.
file through. Yeah.
No. Oh well, that it happened, but she's
So
saying
that was
when
bef-
you guys heard about it.
But
from
no,
Brady.
that was
Sure.
before. That was before I was involved in this. Because we didn't get involved until what, like 21 or
But
something?
he recounted it for you guys when you were in
China.
China. Yeah.
But it happened before
Alright.
I joined up.
Yeah.
I will
Yeah,
try
that was
to
my point.
hear, no.
Out of game before I got here.
Yeah.
Jack Brady. All right, so
What's he talking about?
blah, blah, blah.
So this is you guys are back at the hotel having this discussion.
Yeah.
Petting
in
the
evening.
cat.
Out in the alley.
Did
behind
anybody
the bar.
question him about this cat?
No, the cat is actually with you back in the hotel room.
Okay.
Whose cat?
Your cat.
I love it. What's its name? Cat.
Nope, it does actually have a name. But I don't remember
Isis?
what it is.
Bashed.
Oh, you know what? We should ask Mahmood. What is the Red Pyramid? All right. First of all, let me premise this with: I invite Mahmood to stay in our hotel room to make sure that he has a warm, safe place to sleep.
Okay.
Good idea.
Because we don't know where this
Yeah.
boy stays, and plus we keep an eye on him. He seems trustworthy. I haven't got the vibe that he is like gonna rob us.
No, he's not.
So
We already got that in the beginning.
Until after he does.
When we got
Until he
until
does.
until he does, right, exactly.
All right,
So
so
then-
you're asking Mahmood what the Red Pyramid is?
Mhm.
So it's one of the major pyramids at the Dashur necropolis.
Dashur
Dashur.
Necropolis.
Dashur necropolis.
That means nothing. Is that like is that another hotel? Is that like the Luxor in
Yeah,
Vegas?
it's
or-
where all the dead people sleep.
That's right.
Mm,
Only the
only the dead people.
pharaohs can
It's
stay there.
also called the Bat Pyramid. El Haram El Watwat.
The Bat Pyramid.
the what?
The Bat Pyramid.
BAT. Not baseball. Wings. Supersonic noises. Fly in the dark. It is
Why is
the
it called the Bat Pyramid?
Because Batman.
Because
sleeps
Batman
there.
lives there.
It is the third largest pyramid.
In
Egypt.
okay.
also eventually going to be after the Bat cult. Probably originated from here too. Just yet a different
Everything was
aspect.
originated from Egypt.
Yeah.
That's where the aliens landed.
Yeah, haven't you seen Stargate?
I did see that.
Then you know the historical documents.
Yeah. Alright, so the pyramid here.
We've got a red pyramid and a black pyramid. Do we have any other colors? Blue.
The Blue Pyramid was a bar,
Yep.
restaurant bar.
Okay, what is the bent pyramid?
The bent pyramid is south of the red pyramid. About a kilometer south of it.
I'm gonna take really bad notes today.
The bent pyramid,
It's south of the Red Pyramid.
yes, is much smaller, and it is distinct in that they had to change the slope of the upper part of the pyramid in order to finish it more quickly, it is believed.
The ground under it wasn't stable enough to support the weight.
Actually, I think the angle was wrong. The blocks just kept falling on them.
Both are probably right.
I mean, there's so many theories about that. I don't think they call it the... Well, whatever. They had to
Yes.
finish it more quickly because...
They ran out of money. They couldn't
Because
raise enough taxes.
the full moon was coming.
Yeah.
The solar
solstice.
eclipse. The eclipse was passing right over the top of it. They had to get it done on time.
Okay, so unfortunately, I think I'm wrong about the secret room. So the scroll was about a hidden room in a pyramid. So we don't know if that hidden room is in the bent pyramid or if it's in the red pyramid.
And we also don't know what pyramid the seal was broken on the top.
We do. That's the red pyramid.
We know that for sure.
Yep. But the crew minus Brady walked into the bent pyramid. And then when they came out, they were different.
Such as how?
I don't know, more crazy because they started killing workers.
So
Okay.
don't go into the bent
Oh,
line.
so this is how all the people died at the pyramids?
I don't know that answer. That's an interesting observation. Didn't piece that together.
So that's how the 20.
We
No,
also
no. Don't just say that I just threw something out there. Don't just go with it like we
Is
do
that
in
what you're
D&D.
talking about with the
Yeah.
20?
Oh,
Just like,
okay.
yeah, that's it. That's what happened.
Wait, I'm wrong.
No.
Actually, so what happened
Is
is
that what you're
this.
talking about? The
Yeah.
20 people?
Yeah.
I read this with a little bit more care. It looks like Brady saw Penhew, Roger, Huston, Patty walk into the bent pyramid, and after some time he sent other people to look for them, and then those people came back shouting that the pyramid had eaten people, which
So the people are dead, but we don't know.
yeah, and then he says here that the rest of the diggers were all running around, scared out of their wits. 10 minutes later, the whole site's deserted, and the only person who was left was him.
Brady. Was Brady?
Was Brady. So he went inside the pyramid.
And he came out unscathed.
Yeah, but there was nobody there when
Just
he
dead
walked
people.
in. Nobody. Deserted.
Oh, just
So they're saying that the
Secret room.
The story is
that could be it, because here's the thing.
Yeah.
He leaves.
how do you just disappear inside the pyramid? So
He
in the
leaves.
pyramid ate them. So
That's right. So he leaves, and then the next morning, the crew comes out of the pyramid.
and they're different.
And they're different. So
Uh-huh.
So there is a hidden room in the bent pyramid. So that's probably what the
Skull for
what
the
the
bent
scroll
pyramid.
was for. Was for that
We'll go
secret
off that
location.
theory.
Yep. So we need to figure out the relationship between the red pyramid and the bent pyramid, because the seal had to be broken on the red pyramid before they could go into the bent pyramid.
Sounds okay
Are
to me.
they connected anyway?
Well, and if they are, then
Wait.
why haven't we found a connection between the black, the red, and the bent?
There is no black pyramid.
I thought there was. 'Cause
There's
we
a blue
have
one.
That is this
a
restaurant.
black pharaoh, the bust of the black pharaoh.
Yeah. This is a good question to ask the curator, who would probably know a lot
Is
more
there a
about the construction of the pyramids than
Right.
we do right now. Like maybe there's a tunnel system, even if it's as like innocuous as like drainage, because
Right.
you know
Right.
these ancient Egyptians were pretty brilliant people.
A Stargate
Right.
that connects the two.
Yeah.
Could be useful.
Also, good questions for the wise old woman.
Yeah, we'll think about those questions like when we leave Cairo. But since we're here, I think we should focus on stuff going on in Cairo.
Yep.
Museum sounds like a good spot because we
You have friends there, don't you?
No.
No,
Hopefully-
you just met the curator.
He's your friend.
That's a good spot to go to get
I got a
information
cat.
about the pyramids.
Now you got
I
a
want to
cat.
do something with
They
this
like your
cat. This
cat.
cat knows something.
He
The
knows
cat has
nothing.
secret powers.
He knows his master's gone.
It's a familiar.
I'm thinking it is.
It's Mustafa.
So what do we want to do?
Sleep.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Sleep, eat, wake up early in the morning. What time is the museum open?
9:30.
9:30.
Before it gets hot outside.
Yeah. I take it that Mahmoud was not in the meeting with us?
No, definitely not.
Okay. Good.
I say we go to the museum and talk to the curator.
That's a
Wait,
good
what
idea.
time is it?
9:30.
At night,
No,
No.
in the
In the
morning.
morning.
we're there.
Okay, so night passed. So now we're on to Tuesday, June 2nd.
Yep.
Morning of Tuesday, June 2nd, you're having your,
International coffee.
your vast breakfast because they've got, remember you had chefs cooking
Oh yeah,
for
we've
you.
got it.
We're in
set.
our room and everything. We're
Yeah.
being laid out right now. There's food
And the
everywhere.
concierge has a newspaper presented to you. It's in Arabic, but one of the headlines is "Shopkeeper Killed
Oh, he's dead.
in
Why
Khan
you
el
feel guilty
Khalili."
about that?
I don't. She should.
No.
Shopkeeper Faraz Najjar was killed leaving the
Mosque.
mosque last night.
Well, shit.
That means
Beaten to
they're-
death with spiked clubs.
Oh,
That doesn't sound familiar. I don't have
No.
the recollection. So it wasn't our fault then.
how do you figure?
Well, I don't have a spiked
He's an
club.
American.
I don't.
Just
own
because
it.
you don't have the weapon and physically didn't do it doesn't mean it's not your fault.
Well, that means that our
Well, we got-
presence is known.
But we want it out of him. So
You're cruel.
I wonder if my money's in his drawer back at the
At the shop.
shop.
You can go get a credit rating back. You can go steal a credit rating back.
Hey, Al, go get my money back. She's thinking too hard over there.
Well, there's a lot to think about.
She feels bad.
I
She feels bad.
You should.
I don't. I don't know why, but I mean, I do, but I mean, look at everybody who dies around us. What are we gonna do?
Chaotic neutral, I think. I think it's pretty good.
Well,
alignment.
here's a philosophy. If we fail, the
Me and my
whole
real
world
life,
dies.
Chaotic neutral.
That's your righteousness.
I have a chaotic neutral pin.
See? I knew I liked you for a reason. So I really feel bad. But yeah, that dude up on the roof.
Nah.
That dude up on the roof.
For a minute. The
We
guy
should
on
have
the
done
roof.
something with him. You
Poor
seen
guy.
somebody watching,
Oh,
didn't
it
you?
was some guy. He was doing his heroin or opium. He was
Whatever. He was watching you.
Yeah, he was watching. Things.
So you should feel bad because you didn't do nothing to him.
Oh yeah, in a crowded street, I should have just took out my gun
You
and
got
shot
the
him.
sneakiness.
Yeah, you're the one with the guns.
Ah.
You got the connections. So
Anything about
how am I supposed to feel bad?
Wow.
Was there anything in the newspaper about who found his body? Police? Anything? I don't know how the police system works.
One of the imams at the mosque found the body.
So this was probably hours later?
The body was found hours later.
At the mosque,
Yeah.
Outside of the mosque.
outside of the mosque.
Was it fully tenderized, partially tenderized?
You know, the newspaper article doesn't say. Would you like to check with the coroner?
I'm not a coroner, but I know one that is.
We do know somebody is. I don't really think it's necessary to check.
Paging the coroner.
Feeding the body.
You want the cause of death or what is the question you want an answer to? Because I'm
Was-
pretty sure that Dr. O'Donnell can find it out for you.
We have cause of
Well, does
death
it
is
look
beaten
like,
with a
you know,
club.
Yeah.
one swift blow to the head?
Oh no.
Or
no,
does it
this
look
was-
like
This
a
was a
gang?
bludgeoning.
This was
Angry
a
bludgeoning.
repeated and incessant bludgeoning.
So what I'm wondering
I
is like,
told you not to talk to those people.
Yeah. More along those lines. Yeah.
I'm just wondering if he had enough time to talk to
The animals.
or if this was
To
just
tell
like,
them what we
Yeah.
were there about us.
yeah, because if he says I told him about like X, Y, and Z, and then all of a sudden like we're gonna go to the wise woman who's dead, or it's just like
Well, then we better get to her
we
quickly.
better.
Well, I think the only name he really knew was mine.
And
Because
also,
he did ask me my name, and I told him my name was Trinidad.
we should get there quickly for
Damn it.
morning.
Didn't I learn my lesson? Didn't they always say in the beginning when I started playing, don't say your real name?
Yeah, and also don't talk about the mythos. Those are the two things.
Or Carlisle.
Yeah, or
Apparently, Mythos didn't get me thrown out of the shop, but Carlisle got you thrown out.
I guess. Well, I asked Mahmood, how far away is
Memphis.
El Wasta?
Well, forgive me, Dr. Kurtz, but I know Cairo very well. I do not know areas beyond Cairo. I think it is less than a day's travel, but I do not know for sure.
Does the train go there?
I could ask. You think you might be better off asking the concierge?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
So you find out that Awasta's, let's see, so Awasta's about 11 kilometers southeast of the pyramid at Maidum. I don't know where the pyramid at Maidum is. Let me see if,
It's not going to be on that map.
I just like to unfold and fold maps.
I
Well,
respect that.
crinkly sounds always extra.
How's that sound? Sound good?
Yep. I feel better. So you guys want to skip the museum and rush off to the?
I really don't.
No,
I
I
still
don't
want
think.
to
I
talk
think we
to
should
the
go to the
curator.
Where are the pyramids at?
Which ones?
The
Giza?
red one and the Ben pyramid. They're close, right?
Yeah.
Where are those at?
West Bank,
Yeah.
South.
How far away are the pyramids from here?
Just south of Cairo, on the West Bank.
All right.
So it's like
So
10
here's-
minutes
I
from
mean-
us, or what?
Oh, no.
Well, the
It's
location
probably
of the
still like an
pyramids
hour.
haven't changed. So here's the Maidum pyramid. Here's Cairo
Okay.
up here. So that's fairly far.
Yeah.
Yep.
And if I put in the bent pyramid,
So we go by boat.
that is way up here. So see, that's a whole lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that, but
So the bent pyramid and the red pyramid are not close together.
the bent pyramid
Yes.
and the red pyramid are about a kilometer apart.
I'm sorry.
The
okay.
pyramid at Maidum is
Ah.
Where the
quite a
old
bit
lady
further
lives.
south, probably probably a couple hours further south. So my guess is, my ruling would be it's probably going to take you about a day to
So we got to see the curator first.
to
What
get
am I
down
doing?
to find Nuri out, to
Okay.
find El Wasta.
So let's talk to
Okay.
the curator, see what else we
You'll
can
probably
find
need to
out before we
rent
get
some
in there.
kind of vehicle to
To go
get
see
down
her.
there. Yeah.
All right. Why don't we talk to the concierge here to see if we can procure a
Land Rover.
boat
And a
the-
guide,
and a guide
a trustworthy
to
guide.
go to Awasta tomorrow morning.
You probably want a truck.
Oh, okay, better.
Land Rover.
Yeah. Well, a truck.
Okay.
A comfortable truck?
A truck.
It will have 4 wheels.
Yeah, it will
It's
have
seat-
more
Shotgun.
than 4.
I call shotgun right now.
It will have more than 4. We need a truck.
You need a truck.
Okay. If
Why do we need a truck?
The roads between here and El Wasta are not well maintained.
Okay.
We need 4-wheel drive.
You need,
A Jeep.
well, they don't exist yet.
Oh.
So.
Another
Well.
20 years.
That would have been my invention then.
And thus we learn why Trinidad is so wealthy.
Right.
All right.
She was an engineering savant.
So let me see.
okay.
Okay, so we got that all set up for tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna do that.
Okay.
So
And
right now it's
today-
9:30 in the morning today,
Yep.
and we're gonna go over to
The museum.
museum and find out about the red and bent pyramid.
About the black book that you guys want to steal.
And
That's
right,
made of
and you
skin.
mentioned the black book.
Yeah.
Right.
Take the cat.
Okay.
Black book you're about to steal. Get your stealth on.
They only chop hands off here. It's not that big of a deal. If you get costume.
Can we keep the book if they chop the hands
You
off?
got 2 hands. You don't need both.
Yeah.
Right.
Can we keep
You
the
could
book?
just make a hook on one.
Yeah, we've never
So
had
just
anybody-
engineer that for me.
We've never had anybody with a hook before.
No.
Maybe she can put one of the what is the weapon with all the nails sticking out? And
The mace.
club.
The club.
Well, they only have one spike in their clubs. It has to be designed properly with a single spike.
We'll make sure you design that then.
Oh, like a morning star, you mean?
Yes.
Like a big
Yes.
weighted thing
Yes.
with a bunch of spikes?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's
I was
gonna
like,
be my hand.
I want to know now.
But then your hand's stuck when you try.
Yeah.
And we're always picking it up for her. Goes up there like trying to pull.
What was
Standing
that?
on the table.
Standing
Is
on
that
the table.
Jaws in James Bond where he gets his mouth stuck? Couldn't get his mouth out, his teeth off of a.
Sounds like something from Austin Powers or something. Is that what we're gonna become?
Yes.
Super villains.
So
Off to
the museum.
museum.
Okay.
Is he in his office?
So the 4 of you, as you're heading to the museum,
It's on fire.
The cat leads you away.
that would be awesome. But no, the museum is not on fire. Before you get to the museum,
None of us spoke of the shopkeeper.
as Mahmood is leading the way, the cat jumps out of your arms and goes shooting down an alleyway.
Oh my god.
The cat went that way. That's what I say.
And I'm like, oh
And you
my
guys
god.
can then decide on our fates.
You decide. You're the one who.
The cat went that way. There.
Do you follow the cat?
No, the cat went that way.
Oh, he's done with it. All right. Hi, kitty.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good with that.
The cat went down
I mean,
an
the shopkeeper
alleyway.
people got
Yeah.
killed, but we didn't care.
God, I
so.
like alleyways.
He might have seen something he recognized. Is the only
He
problem.
might have.
Maybe Mustafa's down
Maybe
there.
we're putting too much credit to the cat.
I'm just saying.
Maybe.
What made him jump out at that point, getting close to the museum? And
And-
that's where you found him at.
What made that cat want to is attracted to Samus of all people?
I told you I have a distinct smell.
He smells.
Because he knows Samus Because Samus was with Mustafa.
All right then. So do we follow the cat? You think
it went
that
that
the
way.
cat is a part of something bigger? Yeah.
I don't
No,
know.
he never thinks anything's a part of nothing bigger
That's
except
right.
for death.
I just like look at things as they come to me.
I go,
Yeah.
Hobo, go get your cat.
It's not my cat. I gave it to you.
I said it was cute. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
say
want?
keep
No,
it.
no. You said you wanted it, and I handed it over.
Can we
I
tell where
remember.
the cat just went down an alley? We can't tell what it did when it got down the alley or
It's
anything.
dark alley.
No, you
It's a
gotta
dark
follow
alley.
it.
It's a dark
Do you get
alley at 9:30 in
sidetracked?
the morning.
Yep.
Mm.
I'm going to follow the cat.
Is it stop and like turn around and look at us?
Like, are you coming?
You know it did.
I'm going.
Follow the
And
cat.
I'm going.
Follow the street.
Alright.
You're
cat.
following. You're
I'm
following.
following the
you're
cat.
following.
And he's going too. I'm dragging his ear.
I guess I'm going to.
All right, Mahmood coming too.
I don't know. Maybe we leave him in the street.
Maybe we shouldn't. Do we split up the party?
No, we're all going. We're all going to follow the cat.
All of us are going to follow.
Well, we
the cat.
are split up because our doctor
One person
here
will
is-
still survive.
Right.
This. That's right.
Right.
The person that's
He's
not here,
meandering in Cairo somewhere.
and maybe the cat will survive too.
Doing doctor things.
Yeah.
He's checking out
He
the
made
body.
the mistake of like saying that he was a doctor. Now everyone's just like, "Oh, could you help look at my
You gotta
boil
help
on
me
my
to-
foot?" And he's like, "Yes, of course."
Of course I have to. I'm obligated.
So the cat leads you
To our deaths.
for a ways. So it goes down this alley
It leads us what?
for a ways.
4 a ways. Okay.
Yeah. So it does stop and look back, but then it scampers off, dashing through different parts of town, through marketplaces, and you're following it for about an hour and a half.
Ooh. I think there's a point once we say,
Really?
15
Why are we
minutes
following this
tops.
cat?
"Kitty, kitty, kitty."
It seems very specifically to be.
As to
It
what
seems like
he's-
it knows
it's
where it's
leading
going,
us somewhere.
and it's trying to lead you.
All right.
Shit.
It's-
Is it purring?
It meows. It gives it that, that
Yes, I
plaintive
know.
meow. The
I lived with one for 20 years.
Okay.
Yes.
You know.
I know.
You
Yeah.
know. We have to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
My
hate
cat
cats,
does
but I'm
this.
going.
Yeah.
They're awesome.
I got this tunnel like that the cat loves to play in, and it wants me to play with it while it's in the tunnel, and it does this. It does exactly what this cat's doing.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
stops, it looks at me,
Yep.
it like waits for me to approach, runs into the tunnel,
Yep.
waits for me to fucking play with
Yeah.
it,
Yep.
and then if I walk away, comes back out, does the same fucking thing until I go play with it.
Yep.
So it's genius.
So
They
my
are.
dog does that
They're the
too,
only
but instead
animal
he
that's
just grabs my
domesticated
arm and he's like,
themselves.
come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my other cat who will stab me in the friggin' back as I'm sitting in a chair.
Right.
Like I'm playing computer or something, and the cat's just like all of a sudden just like with one fucking claw.
You're not paying attention to
Yeah.
it. I need it
Hey.
right now. Yeah.
Guys, I used to stand over my art studio, my big workbench, and you kind of stand, you're hunched over. My cat used to jump up on my back and then just the 2 paws over the shoulder and just watch what I was doing. And that was like before the days of a cell phone or whatever, because otherwise I would have just set the phone down on the desk and done whatever I was doing, and the cat's just like, what's going on?
So, that's the reason cats are cool.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Stuff like that. But they can be scary.
So
Makes it awesome.
it takes
So
you
do
into
we
the old
notice
city,
into the old city? Okay.
back into that neighborhood, and leads you down a rather dingy back alley, cobblestones. You've twisted and turned, and then it climbs up onto a rooftop.
So is it a cat on a hot tin roof?
It is a cat on a hot, very, very hot
Yurt. No.
clay
not yurt.
roof.
Clay.
Yeah.
I look around at the buildings in the general area. Anything stick out? Like, are we in
A
like
sign like, enter here.
Yeah,
Like lights or
The cat's
No.
going like that.
psychic,
Cats
No,
like
no,
psychic reading.
It's looking over
Right.
the edge
psychic reading.
of the roof, mewing at you, and then goes back onto the roof.
He wants
I'm
us to
going.
go
I'm
up.
going to the roof.
Okay.
We
Is
go
it
up.
easy? Is there
Easy access to the roof?
access?
Yeah, there's like a
Anybody
series
watching?
of steps.
Oh, okay.
that
You don't have to
can-
use your mountain
Oh, so there's
climbing
steps
skill.
up to the roof. It's not like
There's
we gotta
steps
like
up to
climb.
a balcony, and then you can pull yourself up onto the roof from the balcony.
I've
Alright.
got a lot of athletics.
I'm pretty much
up there.
bitching the whole time I'm doing this, but I'm doing it.
And then from across the roof, there's a staircase that leads down rather steeply. And it descends down that, and you head down below the street level.
So
And
we had
then-
to go all the way up to go all the way down.
Mhm. And you think you're probably about 20 or 30 feet below street level, which also means below sea level. And but it doesn't smell damp.
Is the cat ahead of
Here.
us? Where's the cat
yeah,
gone?
The cat is ahead of you.
Okay.
And as you're looking around, he's not the only cat here. You see
Halle
Other
Berry's right
cats.
around the corner.
running around, running past you down these stairs.
This
Do
is
they
creepy.
seem friendly?
They seem
Or just
focused.
They
On a
indifferent?
seem
mission.
organized.
They're on a mission.
Cool.
We have organized cats
Cool. If I can start shooting laser beams out of
right
their
out of their eyes.
The stairway eventually leads into a tunnel.
Tunnels are always bad.
Mahmoud, do you know where we are?
I have never been here before. I have never even heard of a place like this before. I am a bit frightened, Dr. Kurtz.
If you want to stay on the roof.
Yes, I do. I will go back and wait for you.
Okay.
I'll stay on the roof too.
Okay.
I'll protect. I'll
Who
keep
knew
us.
you wasn't going to say that?
All right.
I don't want to hear the
cats
number
are
one come out of your mouth at all today.
Cats are a little freaky at this
If
point.
you're
I'm
going
going to
on the
take my
roof.
gun out.
Okay.
I'm curious.
What'd you say, Mel?
to know
I said
what's
the
going
cats
on.
are kind of getting to me for right now, so I'm going to take my gun out just in case.
Start
And
shooting
as
those
you're
cats.
going down this tunnel, you notice that there's cats perched at different points along the wall here. There's, little shelves throughout, and there's literally hundreds of cats down here.
Does it smell bad?
Surprisingly, no.
I'm going to ask the cats if we're going in the right direction.
Which cat do you ask?
All of them.
Oh,
You get a few mews. Yeah.
Okay.
Keep going.
yeah.
Can't whisper.
The hallway opens up into a large
Which cat do I ask?
dome-like
The Cheshire
room.
one.
It's about 40 feet across. And there's all these nooks and crannies all over the walls that every single one of them has at least one cat perched in it. And there's hundreds of these little nooks and crannies. This is a big room, 40 feet across. It's kind of round. And there's a brazier in the center of the room, glowing white light. And opposite the brazier, there is a 7-foot tall statue of a woman seated on a throne with a cat head.
With a cat head?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Is it something? I don't know.
It's an Egyptian
It's
something.
the Egyptian goddess
Okay.
Bast.
Fast.
Anybody who has archaeology.
I just know it because I watch that shit.
Does anyone have
I
archaeology?
told you this shit's her
I
wife.
do, but I'm on the roof.
Okay.
I don't have that.
Well,
This is
The
wrong.
person who could actually help us is playing with himself on a roof.
does anyone down here have Cthulhu mythos?
Yes.
I think I
Yes,
have one
I do.
point.
Okay, anyone who has that, you don't have to spend the point. You realize it's Bast, and that Bast is an elder god of the
Cat god.
mythos who is believed to have some sort of affinity for Earth and the cats upon it. The statue is carved completely from obsidian.
Why is everything obsidian? Because you can see your reflection in it.
Yes, you
So
can.
Bass is
Sitting on a throne.
basically the
I
goddess
see.
of cats.
So I'm going to start talking again. I just start talking out loud like I'm crazy cat woman.
Mhm.
This is your god. Is your god here in cat form too?
You hear
More mewing.
more mewing. Yeah. The cat
one of
that
you's
led you
ruling?
down here
Yeah.
runs over to the statue and kind of paws at the base of the statue and then runs back to you.
I'll walk up to the statue.
When you get there, you see that at the very base of the statue there are 2 drawers.
Do they look locked?
They do not look locked.
Are they open drawers?
One of them is partially open.
You
Yes.
gotta cast detect magic.
I know, right?
Detect
Good
that
idea.
work.
I guess I'll open the drawer.
You open the drawer and it is empty.
The other one?
Both drawers are empty, but looking around, looking at it, it looks like something
Should have
had
been
been
there.
stored here. And you see a couple of flakes that look like they might be crumpled bits of papyrus.
What's papyrus?
Is there a scroll in here, Kitty?
It's like paper.
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 One scroll or 2?
Made out of, it's organic.
Just
Wow.
one. Oh, 2?
Made of a organic.
2 scrolls.
Made out of organic.
Speak
Like
cat.
papyrus is made of a material that's very much like corn stalks.
Okay.
It was pretty
So
much
this
the
is-
first paper equivalent.
This is where the scrolls and stuff are kept. This is...
Or this is something like, you know, like the Tibetan prayer flags and stuff.
Mhm.
Maybe like prayers are put in here to Bast.
Ask them if they know where the scrolls are.
I can only answer yes or no questions.
And they
That was a yes or
one
no
of them
question.
hops up on your shoulder, and then hops down, and then jumps over to where the now open drawer is, and looks at you, like
Pull
Pull
it
that
out.
drawer out.
Pull it out.
I'll pull it
I'll
out.
pull it up. I
Pull
already
it
got
all the
sorted
way
out.
out.
you already. There's nothing in there, but there. One of them sits in the.
Sits in the hole.
No, not in the hole. In the drawer.
Oh.
After you pull it
So
out.
can we pull the whole thing out or
I
no?
think
The
maybe
drawer?
an offering.
Mm.
Do I have any
Temptations cat treats.
Cat treats.
What is it that they like catnip? They like catnip. What's catnip?
No,
Don't know if I have anything.
milk ring from the from the gallon of milk. That's what I get.
How about a copy of the scroll we need to seal
Yeah,
the
we don't have
pyramid?
anything
There you
Yeah.
with
go.
us. What do I have
Trying to
with
think
me?
of what would be a suitable offering. I don't have archaeology, but I do have Cthulhu Mythos. So if I could recall any kind of knowledge about Bast, what would be an appropriate offering to this old ancient goddess?
You're not sure, honestly, what she would want as an offering, but you
know
don't
what?
get the
Just-
impression. You get the impression the cats want you to put something back here. I mean, you've got that very clearly, but you get the feeling that something was taken from here, and that they want you to recover it.
What about our obsidian something? We had a couple statues, but that was something else, right?
That was like the Black Pharaoh.
Well, we
And,
don't have that stuff with us.
I know. I'm just trying to think of what we had that may have been
There's
stolen from here.
paintings
What?
and stuff.
What? Did we see any? No.
Wait, I
This
thought.
is all new.
Nothing
minute.
from the curio shop that was cat related. Wait.
Probably nothing that would be like, this is mythos stuff. That seemed to be like a store for tourists with nothing other than replicas
Right.
of just artifacts.
Did Mustafa have any kind of scrolls that he had?
Not that I know of.
Something needs to go back.
Hmm. So I take it that this is some kind of like a shrine that is hidden in some alcove in some dark series of alleys.
This is
Definitely.
So, okay.
This
so
is a side quest to get us all killed.
yeah.
That's what
So this is. All right. Well, I want to investigate the rest of this area.
Sure.
I'm looking for writing. I'm looking for symbols. I'm looking for anything like that.
Well, there's the statue. There's some hieroglyphics around the base of it. Are you familiar with hieroglyphic writing?
I am, but I'm on the roof.
Yes.
I just have to point that out.
I do have a language skill left.
It's up to
I
you.
don't know.
But you're not going to be able to speak ancient alien next time you need it.
Actually, I have 3 left, by the way. I have a very high language score.
I took Arabic already.
Do I want to take hieroglyphics? It is so not suitable for my character to know ancient hieroglyphics.
Yeah, if you don't have any archaeology or anthropology, it's
No.
pretty hard to justify it.
There is a cool field that is called, shit. I want to call it paleo
I call lots of
medicine.
fields. Oh shit.
Paleo medicine might be it, but I might not be right about that. And this came about after like a series of like ancient scrolls and work has been found that actually talks about cures to ailments that ail people
You mean it
back
didn't
then.
come about from Jurassic Park?
No. And I remember this one shipwreck, like, I don't remember where, but on it was like cure for like gout or something that people would have like in ancient Greek times, and there was like a series of ingredients, you know. So like there's medical
Otherwise
fields.
known as witchcraft.
Witchcraft, right? Well, we're talking about like
Alternative
like
medicine.
the, yeah,
Right.
Essence of onion and shit
Right,
like that.
right.
Like, so there's like a field of research that is
Onion and garlic and.
Oh my God, the witches!
yeah. But there's a field of research that is actually looking at these ancient cures for stuff and seeing if they actually work, and some of these things are actually do work.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, what I'm getting at is that
You don't know anything.
I don't, but
We don't.
it-
We
but
can't
my
know.
character
Wouldn't
does know physics and astronomy and chemistry. By the way, this is all just like I'm thinking out loud to justify why I would have hieroglyphics. Okay?
You do spot a lunar calendar over on one wall. Or something you would interpret to be a lunar calendar.
Yeah, perfect.
Well, you can come back and try to convince me to come down there. I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
That's true.
You'll have to like use skills on me.
Go pull his
Yeah.
ear.
Spend a
Yeah,
Bring
point
him
get
down
pull his
here.
ear.
Bring him down here.
I'll say, there's a mud pit down here. You can jump in.
I'm just playing with cats at this point.
That's yeah.
Tell him
Well,
that
lunar
there's
calendar. Anything that might hint to what might have been in this drawer.
There are some hieroglyphics on the drawer.
That's. I'm going to get him. There's hieroglyphics down here. Come on. You want to read that stuff?
Is it-
You love it. This is your thing.
Are there more hieroglyphics on
It's
this
really
drawer
cool. It's safe.
than the rest
There's
of the
cats
statue?
everywhere.
Yes.
You're not
Okay.
convincing me.
Is
Get your
there
ear.
any
Come on. Let's go.
repeat
It's cool.
hieroglyphics on the statue that's on the drawer? So, or is what seems to be on the drawer very different than what's on the statue?
No, there are definitely things that are consistent in both locations.
Which means that the drawer. How big is the drawer? I
Um,
mean, is it something like this big?
big enough for a cat to sit in.
Would you come
perfect
on
size.
already?
Red box.
Right.
Just come
Okay.
on. It's safe. We went down. We're down there. It's really cool.
Your
All right.
reassurance totally fails.
The goddess of cats is down here.
Okay.
I detect honesty.
The goddess of cats is down here. It's awesome.
Should I roll?
I put the. I'll
Come
put the
on.
drawer
She
back.
hasn't lied to you yet.
I don't know. I don't believe her.
Why would you not believe me?
I don't know.
I've
You're trying
been
to trick
with you
me.
all this time. Why would you not believe me? It's safe. I holler down there. Caw. You guys answer. See, it's safe.
I'll put the drawer back, and I guess I say, like, kind of foolishly, we'll be back. As I pet like a kid.
Meow.
I'm gonna go get Samus. I know he can read hieroglyphics.
I start dusting off the.
Pulling some weeds.
I'm like cleaning up for them, making sure that their statue
Honestly,
is
it's surprisingly clean down here.
okay. Because I was going to make sure the statue is nice
That
and
you
maintained.
can always
and-
clean more, but it is surprisingly clean down
Samus, the
That
cats
means-
are calling your name. They're saying
It's a good
Samus.
observation, though, because
You
that
have to
means
come
that
and see
other
this.
I
people.
think
People
you're
have already
imagining
been here.
things.
You have to come and see it for yourself. It's
They're taking
amazing.
care of it.
They're saying Samus, Samus.
I will.
There's, I'm feeling there's something here that's going to be able to help us.
I agree.
They're not leading us to something that's
Or
dangerous. They're
doom.
leading us to something that's going to help us.
I'll kind
It's
of
my
meander out of the tunnels and the
sixth
alleys and find our way
cat
back
sense.
to where Samus
my
and
cat
Mahmoud are.
sense is tingling.
Okay.
And with Trinidad's help, try to convince Samus.
Oh, you're gonna carry me down?
No.
His
No.
feet are like.
Samus, there's something down here I think you should see.
I've been
It's
trying
safe.
to tell him.
Okay, odds I'll go. Evens I won't. How do you like that? That's a 50-50.
I think
odds.
you should just make the choice for yourself. There you go.
Yeah. There's hieroglyphics. We need your
Wait,
expertise.
you don't want to. You just don't want to leave everything up to chance. Isn't that
No.
more fun?
No.
Okay, fine. I'll go down there.
Okay.
After all that.
Gotta make it difficult.
He does it on purpose.
Yeah, I guess. All right.
Could you please read what's on the drawer to this statue?
You want me to speak it out loud to the statue? Is that what your specific request is?
If you could write it down right here on my cigarette pack.
Yeah, if we can get an interpretation.
As you smoke a cigarette.
I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna
Can I
smoke down
read it?
there.
Oh yeah, you can totally read it. I just want to make sure I'm telling you the right thing. So one
I
second.
wouldn't deface the sanctuary of Bass by smoking a cigarette.
Thank God.
Shocking.
I know.
Shocking. You damn smokers. You don't care.
So you find the hieroglyphs translated as
I write them down. I don't say anything.
Right.
the Black Rites of Luve Karaf. Luve
Laura
Yes.
Croft.
LUVEH-KERAPHF.
Have to spell that one more time.
KARPH.
LUVEH-KERAPHF. High Priest of the Cat Goddess Bast.
Okay.
I don't know. That doesn't sound good to me, personally.
And from the way the hieroglyphics are written, you can see that the drawers are supposed to contain 13 scrolls.
13.
Mm-hmm. No, wait, I lied. 10 scrolls. But based on the context, you're pretty sure they would be from around the 13th dynasty, which would be
Before my
around,
time.
around 1700 BC.
Okay.
We can't tell what the scrolls would contain.
The Black Rites.
Yeah, it sounds horrible.
Oh,
He's the high priest
Well-
of Bast.
but okay. Just because they're a high priest, does that make them bad?
Yep.
Just because it says Black Rites doesn't mean it's evil.
No.
Black is just a color.
No, it's absent of color.
When it's
Technically.
pigment, it's color. Black Rites of the Karaf. Okay.
You guys are just paranoid.
What are you saying, black?
You haven't been
what
around
is it
long
saying?
enough.
The black what?
The Black
I probably
Rites
haven't been around long enough.
of Luve Karaf.
Who would have stolen these?
I don't know, but we could have been at the museum right now.
Cat stolen?
Well, that's one more question that we can ask the
Told you
curator.
cats are bad.
You might know about this kind of stuff.
I'm on your side, by the way. Cat.
Wow.
Cats don't have a side.
Well, when they're the cats of Bast, yes, they do. They're on Bast's side.
We're on the very Bast side.
Twice now.
Yeah, I know. It's can't let it go.
Better watch it next time you mention Memphis.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of say again, sort of to the cats. Can you show us out?
One of the same cat that led you here, leads you back out.
We will do our best to find your missing scrolls.
You're not sure if you actually saw it or not, but after you said that, you swear out of the corner of your eye you saw the statue nod its head to you.
Might be good to be like on the have a favor.
Be in favor of someone at this point.
That
I
we
mean,
could call upon like
yeah,
deep shit.
exactly.
Like, Bast.
Hang
You
on.
remember that one time?
Remember that time I told you to get your scrolls? I swear to God. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, I turn to the statue. I give it a once over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll nod back to it.
Okay.
You just...
That's the shit she does in real life. That's why I'm shaking my head.
Ah, crap.
All right. Well, I think we should head to the curator. Go back to the museum. Because now we can also do some research on Bast.
I have a feeling our
So is Bass
Najar
the high-
stole
the
a
black
bunch
high
of stuff.
priest, or
No, Bast is a goddess.
Okay, she's the goddess. That reads at the bottom of her base, though, of her statue. That's
the
her
priest.
statue.
The priest.
That was
Scrolls
at the,
belong to the high priest.
Yeah.
About the
So-
high priest god Bast. So you'd have Bast, then you'd have the high priest. Yeah, it's like a hierarchy. Is that the right
so
word?
she's good, he's bad. And the
No.
scrolls-
No.
Oh.
These guys want everybody to be bad.
Everybody's bad.
I don't want everybody. I want there to be a good guy first.
Right.
But the reality is there
There
isn't.
isn't.
Yeah, that's true. There isn't. There's just which god do you piss off the least?
But I'm thinking at this point, it can't be bad to have somebody in your favor.
That's assuming that we actually complete
Can
the task.
can.
Maybe the scrolls are in the museum. Let's go get them.
I think Najar stole them.
Nah,
He stole a bunch of stuff.
I think that's why the cat's
They
hanging
were
around
in
the
what's his
museum.
face's house, right?
Omar Shakti's house. But the Black Cult might want something to do with these scrolls. Sure. But we need to know what they are. We don't know any of this.
Right.
So, like, talking to somebody who
Talk to
knows
the curator about.
Bast, if he knows anything
Mhm.
about the 17th or 13th dynasty. Those kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Might help.
So what is it now? About
It's probably
11?
about 11:30, close to noon, by the time you guys make it back up to the streets of the old city.
And you know what walking outside does to you in the afternoon, don't you?
It's hot out.
It is beastly hot out.
We need to go to the museum then.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the museum. Where it's nice and hotter.
Hot.
It's less hot in the museum. It's not
It's all
cool
closed
by any
up.
stretch of the imagination, but it's less hot. It's probably another 45 minutes. So you get to the museum probably right around 12:30, quarter to 1 o'clock. But
Right
you
about break
remember-
time.
Right about break time. But you do remember where Dr. Kaffar's office
Office.
is.
Next to the black book.
Not far from the black book, yes. The cat is still
I was
with
going
you.
to say, did the
Yes.
cat follow again?
Yes. It wants you to carry it.
Sure.
That's
Okay.
right. Submit.
Okay.
So know what you're doing.
All right, so
So do we find we're going to Dr.
gonna
Kafar's
knock on
office?
his door.
Yeah.
I kind of want to peek at what that book title is, though.
But the book is where?
Right next to the office.
On the way to the
That's-
office.
on the way to the office, there's a book.
Oh, we're all walking past it, looking at it.
I don't know.
That's the black
Yeah.
book.
I do.
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, that looks like the one
Said it
yellow
was
one.
in Arabic, so I kind of want to peek and see what it is.
What were you doing when you picked
Okay.
up this cat, or when the cat
The
picked you
book
up?
is entitled
I was just
Al
walking around the
Azif,
museum.
and it is written in Arabic, and it identifies the author as Abdul al-Hazrad. Abd al-Azrad.
The Mad Arab.
Yeah.
It doesn't explicitly say that.
What?
So it's actually, yeah. The book is very fragile, and you believe it is goatskin vellum wrapped in a black leather.
I wouldn't read that book if I were you.
I think I have enough Cthulhu mythos to realize that I probably do not want to read this book.
Or that you really want to read it.
That is right. That's the voice. Those are the two conflicting voices going on in my head. Don't touch it, but you really want to open it and look.
Did you say it was goat skin wrapped in what?
Goatskin vellum wrapped in a black leather that you're pretty sure is human flesh. You see that there's maps and star charts in there, and the whole thing is written in Arabic.
Okay. How do I feel when I am just sort of like very gently turning pages?
Oh, this is fascinating. This is really fascinating stuff. You would love to sit down and read this. You think it might take years to fully ingest all the information in here.
Why would this book just be sitting out, waiting to be?
Did you ask that question aloud?
Maybe like to myself, kind of, yeah.
I refer to it often. It is a very specialized tomb. Dr. Caruth.
Oh, I was
you
going to say,
are-
is the cat talking?
Like, it's the book. Doctor. Hello, I'm Dr. Roland Kurtz.
Pleasure to meet you, Dr. Kurtz. You are interested in archaeology?
Physics, actually.
An odd choice of reading material, then.
Just kind of stood out to us. It's right there.
Well, I have some knowledge about the things that are in this book.
Well, I have some small knowledge. I would love to learn what it is you know. I suspect you might know more than I, for this book is immensely complex.
This is the curator?
Yes.
I did write a book all about the sacred symbols in... Hold on, I gotta refer to a text. I say something clever. Which I did write a book.
All right.
And it was a text that I think I texted you about when I first made this character,
Okay.
about sacred geometry and...
Okay. That sounds like a cult. Do you have that?
I do.
All right. You want to spend a point of a cult to say something brilliant?
Yes.
All right. Spend a point of a cult, and you say something brilliant and insightful. To which he says, I see you clearly underestimate, you clearly downplay your skills, for you are far more knowledgeable than you would let on initially. I would be happy to discuss this in far more detail with you, Dr. Kurtz. And who are your companions? I met Samus yesterday.
Yeah, he told us about you. And
All good things,
I'm
I hope.
Trinidad. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure to meet you, Millie.
And L?
Yes, L.
And the cat has stayed with you. Very good.
Yeah. Very
Do you know where
interesting.
this cat's from?
Well, if memory serves, Samus said he found him here.
So you've never seen the cat before?
Well, it's a cat. They do look similar.
This one has no hair.
Yes. And
I have a lot of cats running around Egypt with no
Yeah.
hair.
it's not that uncommon.
All right.
It's an Egyptian hairless.
Right.
What brings you to the museum today?
We need to know some stuff about the pyramids.
Yeah,
I'm just like
we're hoping to
curious
pick
about
your brain,
pyramids.
actually, we have a couple questions.
Well, it is about time for lunch. Would you care to join me?
Yeah.
Leads you into his office and has tea and small sandwiches brought him.
Okay.
I don't even know where to begin.
I'm like, I'm so full.
Okay.
hoping-
So
You know what? This is probably a good stopping point because I've got
we need
I've
to
got a
just
lot of information
formulate
Yeah.
questions for
Okay.
him.
to
Yeah,
dump
plus-
on you
That's good too.
that you could get from him.
And 20 handouts.
Honestly, no. I do not have any handouts from Dr. Kafour, but I do have quite a bit of information,
Cool.
and it's probably better to save that for next time because it may take more than 15 minutes to
Minutes
get
to
through
read.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd rather not stop that scene right in the middle.
Yeah. Well, good. Then I can think about questions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let me remind you one thing that is important before we move on, and that's the fact that Jackson did come to Cairo.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
So
He did come to
keep that
Cairo.
in mind. Yes.
And I forgot to mention that to Najar to see if he knew Elias. Oh well, you'll never know.
Yeah, you can cast a
No.
spell to find out.
Yes, you can.
So
can.
I have to
to
laugh
the dead?
because Diana keeps
Mel
saying.
can talk to the dead. Al
Hang
can
on.
talk to the dead.
This is, you'll love this, Diana. So
No, you're creeping me out.
after you're talking about. This is the next group that I'm going to, or one of the things that
I
I've
wouldn't be
signed
proud
up
of that
for.
shit. You're crazy.
Unlock your potential
Sacred
using sacred
geometry.
geometry.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's in April 18th.
Perfect.
Awesome. Yeah, I was talking to John about like how I trying to justify why my character has a cult, and I'm like, yeah, because he ties in physics with like
With-
weird occult shit, like sacred geometries and how it relates to
Opening your
astronomy.
potential.
Shall we
and-
shut up?
Yeah.
We probably can, yeah. So, folks, we'll pick up next time in Dr. Kafour's office within the
Dr.
Egyptian Museum
Kevorkian's office.
in Cairo. If you have any questions or comments on where things are going, please stop by our Facebook page. That's the Masks of Nyarlathotep at Immortals Inc. page. Thanks.
You forgot
and-
to try to recruit somebody.
Yeah, we do. Fair point. We are still looking for one more player. If you're somebody that can consistently make the Tuesday night game, let us know. We'd love to have one more player join us. Again, you can drop us a line through the Facebook page or stop in and say hi to the folks here at Immortals.
Good night.